We're all owned by the Syndicate, body and soul. Or should I just say body?
Hello, filthy movie lovers, something weirdos, and anti-criterion bros, to the 25th episode of the Sin Syndicate, where lovemaking is always better with an audience, and every bedroom mirror is a two-way. My name is Gentry Austin, writer and researcher, and I'm here with my co-host, adult film historian Casey Scott. And in this week's episode, we're joining east to west with our friends Dakota and Christopher of the Two in the Pinku podcast. They will be helping us understand the 60s sexploitation scene in Japan, and in particular, a special look at the US imported Kan Mukai directed The Bite.
Lover, why don't we leave here and go to my place?
Beat it.
Come on, Koichi. I'll make sure you're not sorry.
But first, some sexploitation news, updates, and corrections. A very quick one here. If you've been paying attention closely, you might have seen we launched a Patreon. We're kind of playing with what to do over there, but Casey and I thought, first of all, we could throw up our show notes because there's a lot of stuff in our show notes. And I think that if you are a fan of sexploitation and what we're doing here, you'll get a lot out of it. So I don't know, we think it's worth a couple bucks and help support us so we can upgrade some stuff. Google Drive that would allow us to upload more movies, like maybe the one we're talking about today. We'll see. And other fun stuff. So yeah, check it out. Patreon. We'll probably have some polls and stuff up there. We're still playing with it, but
I still can't get in.
Yeah, Casey's still trying to get access.
I got an invite to be a collaborator, and Patreon's like, no.
Yeah. The other fun thing is, yeah, I can like throw up a bunch of photos on there that might have nudity that Instagram doesn't allow. So
that's very true.
All you freaks out there. All right.
My big thing about it is, I will just say, like, so I was always hesitant about doing a Patreon for the show.
I know. Me too.
I like, because my relationship with a lot of people in the field, and a lot of these people were not paid well for their work in these films. So if I have a chance to pay them, I want to be able to do that. So yeah, there are other, let's say there are other sex film podcasts out there that do not do that. And so I would like to be able to compensate people. People know me.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, how many are there? It's like that's like
people know who they are.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I just like to start drama.
Yeah, well, yeah. Usually me too, but I like, I usually take a sip after I say something about them. But I like people being compensated for their time and their contributions to the history. So if we can offer a little something to the people, it makes it easier for me then to reach out to people to do interviews, because if I'm just asking them to come on and talk for free, I just don't like doing that, and I've never liked doing that. So yeah, that's a nice little bonus if we could throw a little bit of money to people like Sharon Kelly or Mark Haggard or any of the other people that I'd like to call.
Yeah, thanks, Casey, for mentioning that too. Another quick update. We got a note from Gav Crimson over on YouTube. He told us that, I don't even remember the context, Casey, of Sunswept. How did that come up?
That was Stan Borden, American Film Distributing, bought that, or either bought or licensed it. I think bought for U.S. distribution. It was a British nudist film. Yeah, nudist camp film, and it was one of a few that he handled.
Yeah. So Gav said that he did kind of track down Edward Craven Walker's nudist camp films. There was Sunswept and Traveling Light and Eves on Skis. And he actually got the VHS transfers, but he wasn't able to digitize all of them, but he did get Eves on Skis uploaded. So we'll have a link to that in the show notes. It's on Internet Archive. But yeah, he said, to be honest, you're not missing out on much with Sunswept and Traveling Light. Once you've seen one British nudist camp film, you've pretty much seen them all. So yeah, that was kind of nice to know that
films they're the same way. You know,
I was gonna say they kind of feel the same. The ones that we watched,
very much. Yeah,
but maybe they have tea or something. They're British.
Well, that's true. Maybe it's a little classier. I feel like, yeah, every nudist camp film is essentially someone who doesn't believe in the power and the magic of nudity, and the son goes to a nudist camp and is magically converted. And then has to convince other people. It's very Christianity coded. It's like they want you to become a member, and then you need to spread the gospel of nudism to everyone else. So it is very much like Christianity. It's like religion. Nudism is a religion.
Yeah, Gav said that these movies were for the community. He was trying to keep them kind of in-house with the nudist camp community. So yeah, totally like a little cult.
He's great, by the way. He did if anyone on Letterboxd, he did a really, really good in-depth review of Diversions, the Derek Ford adult movie, where that is such a deep dive into that, and Derek Ford making a hardcore movie for international distribution in England, which is unheard of and really rare. So, yeah, big shout out to him. I love him.
Yeah, I saw his comment and I had to track down. Wait, I know this guy, and yeah, I follow him on Letterboxd as well.
Yeah, he's great. He just watched Fluctuations and gave it 2 stars, I think he may have had something to drink when he watched it. That maybe made it better. So I don't know.
Yeah, if we maybe do some British sexploitation, maybe we'll have to give you a call, Gav. So
that's a
stay
good
tuned.
idea, actually. Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have a new Vinegar Syndrome sub-label, Reviver. That was announced this last week. Of course, Casey and I are wondering, is there going to be any 60s sexploitation films coming out of this Lost film label? It seems like it's a spin-off of that Lost Picture Show that they did, which had, I didn't count them. There was at least 3 or 4 sexploitation films in there. I think it was
like 50-50.
Yeah, it was kind of, so we'll see. Casey's cautiously optimistic, I think.
I feel like for sexploitation, it might be the only way to get these movies in the hands of people, because they have to trick them into buying them. Because sex is a hard sell. So this is a way they can restore them and say, hey, you don't know what it's going to be until you put it in your Blu-ray player, which I think is actually a very risky and clever marketing technique.
It's sold out.
Well, because people don't know what it is. Right.
Yeah.
And so they're like, what could this be? It's something that hasn't been seen in years. So imagine they do, like, in my wildest dreams, Come Ride the Wild Pink Horse by Joe Sarno. And that's the only way that they could sell a Sarno movie, because Sarno, for whatever reason, doesn't sell. Yeah, I think it's a great marketing move. And I imagine I'll have to buy them all myself, because I don't think I can get free copies from Vinegar Syndrome. So,
well, number 1 is sold out, so you might have.
It is, damn.
I don't know if they'll.
Well, I missed out.
I don't know if they're doing like a standard edition down the road. I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah.
Anyway, did you guys order that?
No. I mean,
to be honest, Dakota will tell me if like he's like, oh, I ordered this. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, just watch out for like the like UPS or like FedEx or anybody who's delivering at the apartment. Just leave the door open for them to come in. I go, what do we get? Oh, I don't know, some movie. That's how it. So when I open up the box, I'm like, oh, whatever came.
I mean, I'm glad. It's a good thing it's sold out, though. That's surprising, right?
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
That's a good sign. But it sounds like, Chris, you're getting the Reviver experience every time, because you have no idea.
Yeah, no, seriously, I do. Like
when you open the box, so that's your typical experience.
Yeah, he'll just say, like, Dakota will tell me, he's like, hey, we got this, like, oh, it's this kind of film, or it's this, and I'm like, okay, just put it on and we'll watch it. And then I'm like, sometimes I'm like, what it is? I don't know what we watched. I don't know if I like it or not. Is it fair to give it 2 or 3 stars? I don't know.
I love comparing your 2 reviews, which are always posted one after the other. And I'm like, interesting. What was that like watching it with them? As they both had these very opposite reactions.
Wow. Chris hated the fight. Sorry.
I love it.
Casey, you've got a big Joel Landwehr update for us. Tell us about your Friday.
It's not as big as I hoped it would be. But I almost had like a mental breakdown yesterday. I messaged you guys and I messaged you and Alex and I was like, guys, I'm about to burst into tears. So I went to the New York Department of Records, excuse me, and accessed the NYPD's homicide bureau has logs of every death that, every homicide specifically, annually. So I had to go through microfiche. So I looked through 1981 once and there's no Joe Landwehr. So I go backwards to 1980. I see John Lennon's death noted in the log, but no Joe Landwehr. And then I read 1980. I go through 1981 again, no Joel. I go through 82, no Joel. So this means Joel was not murdered in New York, or at least not in Manhattan. And I talked to Sean Langrick about it, and Sean is also perplexed because Sean is someone whose research skills I am like in awe of. And so if I can find something, then I'm like, well, she can find something. Sean is also noticing conflicting stuff. Like, for example, Joel's headstone, apparently the death date on that is May 5th, 1981, which is 2 days after his death notice in the New York Times. And Social Security stopped on his Social Security number in April 1981. So the death date's wrong on the gravestone. So my new theory is witness protection program. It's because I haven't heard back from the partners, the late brother's partner, haven't heard back from the actress he worked with, didn't even hear back from the auction house, and I need to call the lover partner and see what the deal is. But also, he reminded me, I had found these pictures of Sheldon, the late brother, at an 80th birthday celebration. And there are pictures of him with a niece and a nephew. So we're like, whose kids are these? Was there another sibling that we don't know about? Is there a sister that we don't know about? So Sean and I both have more questions, and we went back and forth for a while trying to figure this stuff out. And I have to place a limit on how much more research I'm going to do on this because I have way too much other stuff that I'm working on, including a lot of Melisonese stuff that I'm working on for 2026. So I'm just like,
nope, sorry. Joel Landwehr, number one priority.
I'm sorry, Joel. Yeah, well, if I find something, I'm excited. But I will say the day was not a total waste because I did screen his lost short film at the Filmmakers Co-op, A Puritan's Dream. And, I think we talked last week about how it was like an experimental underground movie, and then he went into sexploitation, and it was like a step down. This is a sexploitation movie. It is a 30-minute sexploitation movie. It's very experimental, like Fluctuations, but it has a little bit of a narrative. It's like a stag party with a bunch of girls that show up. There's 2 Mae West songs from her 1967 rock album before John Waters used them in Mondo Trasho. I only recognize one actress in it, and that was Marie Prevost, who's in Vibrations. She's the older sister to Marie Elise in that, and she's in a few other Sarnos. There's a topless blonde who looks like Gigi Darlene, but is not Gigi Darlene. It's shot in black and white and color, and he cuts back and forth between black and white and color very frantically sometimes. Like, the editing is really crazy and wild. And it ends with a woman with long Rapunzel-like hair accidentally flushing her hair down the toilet so that it strangles her. And then that's it. That's the end of the movie. So it's wild. I took a lot of photos.
So what's the dream?
There's no dream. There's no one that you see falling asleep. There's no one in bed sleeping. There's nothing. It's a stag party with a bunch of guys who also disrobe. There's male nudity in it. And there's 2 drag queens at the party. So I'm like, I think lending more credence to the fact that Joel is queer, and also Joel is in the movie, as one of the guys at the stag party. So I took photos and video, and I will post those in the Something Weird Facebook group, and then I think you can post a bunch of them to to our Instagram, so people have an idea of what Joel was doing before he did these American Film Distributing Company movies. It's all shot in one apartment, super cheap, and just looks like he got a bunch of his friends together and have them take their clothes off with a few models. But yeah,
hey, that's what you do for your first movie, right?
Yeah, that saved the day. It was worth seeing that for sure. And the fact that it ended with a woman being strangled by her toilet is pretty great. So yeah,
just normal stuff.
That was pretty great. I mean, yeah, it's a very good shot to end on. This woman, basically, yeah, you'll see it. We'll post it.
Yeah, you sent us the video. I'm like, wait, really what is going on here? Because it's so awkwardly edited. with her like spinning around and her hair. Yeah, it's very first short film.
It's quite something. And you can see it. And if you're in New York, go to Filmmakers Co-op. You can make an appointment and rent the room for $50. It's $50 an hour, so you can actually watch the movie twice if you want for $50. I only watched it once because it was the end of the day, and I didn't want to make this poor projectionist work to spool it up again.
Did they say anything about
surprised.
it? Yeah.
She was just like, well, was that what you thought it was going to be? And I said, no. Because there's a lot of nudity in it. It's very sexploitation. And I was like, well, he did make movies like this, but yeah, not as experimental and weird as this.
Is it more fluctuation style, like full frontal? Or is
there is full frontal. There's male full frontal as well. Like there's full nudity in this, which is very surprising. It's not as annoying as Fluctuations. The soundtrack is better. You don't have a lot of moaning over and over. Yeah. The musical soundtrack is good. There's a really good sequence where the guys are mauling this topless blonde on a table, and they're just getting handfuls of her breasts, and it plays a gospel version of He's Got the Whole World in His Hands while they have her breasts in all of their hands. I was like, Joel, that's so clever, Joel. You got your hands full. You got the whole world in his hands. Yeah. It's an interesting call. It's an interesting first feature, and he got it in theaters all over the country somehow. Because I think it kind of is reminiscent of something that like Warhol or somebody trying to be Warhol would have made. It was worth it. It was worth $50. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. It's interesting that parts of it were shot in color, probably just because it was shorter. So it's not like the expense of a full feature in color, but he's able to like splash a little bit on there.
Right. But it also, I mean, it looks like he shot scenes in black and white, and then he shot them again in color, because he went back and forth between black and white and color in the same scene. So you're seeing the action in black and white and color the editing in it is really great. I mean, it makes you wonder why In Hot Blood is such a mess, and then Fluctuations has good editing. But yeah, this is really a better edited picture than anything else, I think. The editing is really strong.
So if they ever did release Fluctuations in Hot Blood as like whatever, a Blu-ray down the road, I mean, we could get this scanned presumably, right?
As I mean, it's orphaned. It has a copyright on it. Has a copyright on it to him, but he's no longer here, so it's not an enforceable contract.
He's in hiding, Casey.
Well, he's in hiding. I mean, he's 83 years old somewhere. No, not a clue. So yeah. I mean, it's possible. Filmmakers Co-op I think is pretty good about that kind of thing. I believe they are. So that's a possibility.
Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah. They said I could come back anytime I wanted to watch it again. I was like,
another $50.
I told them you might be hearing from more people now that they know that you have it. And they were like, okay, yeah, sure. And I was like, I don't know. Sexploitation people are weird. They might really want to see this to check it off, you know.
Sean is booking a flight right now.
Alex is coming down. He wants to see it too.
Oh,
really? We have people that are coming in. Actually, Joe Rubin could even go. Yeah.
That's so funny. All right, you got a couple last ones for us, Casey?
Yes, the last one. Well, the brief one is that I said Jennifer, the 1970 Seymour Duelist movie that Stan Borden put out, was in black and white. It is not, as in color. I confused it with Marina, which is in black and white by the same director. And I had to correct that because I didn't want people thinking I hadn't seen Jennifer when I have, and I do love it. It's just been a while. And the press book's in black and white, so it's very confusing. The big thing that Sean Langrick messes me about before we started recording was, so you know how we're big fans of Doris Poro on this podcast? Turns out we're big fans of Ruth Colon, not Doris Poro.
Yeah, we got those
Doris
mixed
Poro
up. Everybody has.
In Hot Blood is the blonde, Roberta, who is also in Love Is Where It's At and My Cup Runneth Over. And he confirmed this. I'm first of all shocked, because any name in these movies I think is fake. So I don't know where he thought Doris Poro, real name. Let's research this. She most likely did write those books that Sean sent us, because she was married to another writer who wrote erotic paperbacks. but they were gay erotic paperbacks.
Yeah, my theory is it was kind of an Emmanuel situation there where they were probably both either working on those books or he wrote them, put her name on it because it's sexier.
Well, now Sean messages me now with evidence that this guy might have been gay, but they had a kid. That daughter, it looks like she dumped the daughter with her parents in Indiana and then ran off to Florida where she died in 2012. And the daughter has posted saying, she's posted on social media saying she really doesn't understand her mother. It was a very complicated relationship. And so I'm like, do I poke this bear? Like, do I ask anything? Do I bring up the fact that her mother was in these nudie cuties in the 60s? Because Sean found a picture of what she looked like with what Doris looked like with her mother. And it's that same, downward, grumpy cat look that she had in all of her movies. So Doris Porro is the blonde. Ruth Colon is Rita, the Latina lead. Which is strange because you would think that the first build would be the lead of the movie, which would be Rita, but it's not. So
and I think that's where the confusion originated.
Yeah, from. I think so. Because one would assume she's the lead, but yeah, I mean, it's really weird. Sean is wild. Sean's research skills are wild. I'm telling you. And then I was telling him stuff, and he was using that to find more stuff. So, yeah, I guess we're dangerous. I guess we're both a special kind of dangerous when it comes to this kind of research.
So we might have more on
that's
that.
All my updates. Well, yeah, he just messaged me. What did he say?
Oh, gosh.
He found more Doris Porro books.
Okay. Yeah, if you looked at our show notes from our last episode, we had a link to a couple books you could read from Doris Porro, and they are filthy. So, yes, they are in there. Yeah, that's so weird.
I think that's it.
What if we just have updates for this every single week? New stuff is coming out.
I don't know, because I still might hear back from the partner. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll end it there, because we could go on this, but...
Wouldn't it be wild if I finally heard back from, what's-her-face, Arlene Farber, who I messaged how many weeks ago to about Two Girls for a Madman, and she finally gets back to me?
Yeah.
I mean, we could go all the way back. I've emailed people for almost every episode. I just haven't heard back from everybody.
All right.
Enough American sexploitation.
Anything else?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's get classy.
All right. Bye, New York.
Remember all those things you did for me. Don't call me filth. You're as bad as I. Worse, because you did it for money.
Kind of the segue, too, is like for you guys, Dakota and Chris, and especially this film that we're going to talk about, there are cast members in it that, again, like there's confusion about their names, right?
Especially for this, because like we're only watching this through the dub of it too. We're also like, it's kind of sad, right? Like with this, is like they have the English translations of even like the cast and crew, which like some of them do match like someone you could pair it up with, but other ones seem kind of made up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so segue. Dakota, Chris, thanks for coming on. Introduce yourself real quick.
I'm Dakota. Yeah, I guess we're both artists and professors based in Los Angeles, so we're doing a little more West Coast over here.
Yeah, we got West Coast, Midwest, East Coast. Casey, we got everything covered here.
Yeah, that's true.
I escaped.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you guys might not know that. Both Dakota and I are from North Dakota.
Really?
I know.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, wow. There's a lot of exciting stuff happening in North Dakota, and there's
Sure.
all these film fans we didn't know in North Dakota. That's great. I love it.
Wait, were you born in
cool.
Bismarck? I can't remember, Dakota.
I'm born in the Twin Cities, but raised in Bismarck.
Oh, okay. I was born in Bismarck and raised in the Twin Cities.
We're the flip.
So funny. Anyways, so Dakota, Chris, hosts of the Two of the Pinku podcast. And so we asked them on to talk about this film because it's kind of an oddity. It's from an era when Bob Cresse, our friend, distributor. Oh, distributor and producer, right, Casey?
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yes, both. Yeah, he did both.
He was doing a lot of pickups of 60s Japanese sexploitation films, and The Bite was one of them. This is, I think we can categorize it as a pink film. I was reading Jasper's book again recently, and he has a pretty rigid, there it is, definition of it. Do you want to kind of help us out here, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like he's probably more rigid than I guess like I would be with it too.
Yes.
Like pink film has to be made by an independent production, right? So this would fit the bill. I mean, he does loop in like Roman porno, Nikatsu's brand into its history, but like I guess like maybe it was limited information at the time. Like he kind of ignores like the pink films that Toei distributed that are not pinky violence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hopefully it gets updated in the new book. I don't know. Like he is scared of like the nastier side of the genre too.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're talking about the Roman X stuff. Yeah, because that's not 35 millimeters, so he doesn't include it in his categories.
But they blew it up to 35.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they are?
Really? So they did like a boarding house where they shot it on video and then blew it up for theatrical.
And like the National
That's
Film Archive of
interesting.
Japan archived the 35 print of it, which is insane. Like, what would it look like?
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, so 1965, Jasper was writing about how that was a huge year for pink film. So clearly, like, Bob Cresse was seeing what was going on over there. I don't know how he exactly heard about these films. I think that I don't know.
Film
Casey,
markets typically.
Yeah,
I think Novak and Metzger were the same way, I believe, because they would go to film markets and these would be marketed, like Cannes or other international film markets at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, so Bob Cresse picked up a few of these. I don't know what the first was. Do you, Casey? What the order was for any of these? You're on.
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't. They were typically, I feel like the really big years in American were 66 to 68.
Yeah.
And I think after that, like Cressy's quoted as saying these didn't make money. And I'm really interested to know why that was, because European titles didn't have that issue. I mean, racism is the obvious issue, but also is it the audiences of these films at that time were like old men who had gone through World War II. So is there some residual resentment of Japan or any Asian countries in cinema because of World War II resentment, which of course is also, there's racism in that too. But it's just interesting that it was a little blip where they imported these films and then it stopped. And then Novak did Notorious Concubines, which is not great. And I don't care for that movie. And then that was it. And then it was kind of like, and then I feel like maybe In the Realm of the Senses kind of changed that again. But yeah, it's a very strange.
But that was a decade
omission
later, right?
Yeah, it's a very strange omission in sexploitation releases in America that like Japan and even like the Shaw Brothers sexploitation isn't imported either. So it's like, it's just like a complete omission of anything from Asian countries in terms of the sex market.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, Daydream was a big one to break through. You've seen that, right, Dakota? Tell us about Daydream.
I mean, I guess like Daydream is also probably like the most artistic thing to emerge from the pink film market that's not from Wakamatsu, right? I mean, just like the style of it. I almost think of it almost similar to like Carnival of Souls, the nightmarish sequences in it.
Yeah, that were added.
But I mean, Wakamatsu at the time too was playing in Europe, right? Like he was having success and leaning into the controversy of that too, coming back to Japan. So it's like there's an awareness of like what crossed over. I mean, it's interesting. I felt like okay, but the previous conversation, I would almost assume more pink film had played. But like, I guess like leading up to this podcast, like, wow, there really isn't a lot. Maybe also Germany was weirdly more open to importing this pink product, right?
Yeah.
The English dub is the only thing that's available for the Bite.
Unless we find the lost German print.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and even then. Right.
Yeah, there's the Forbidden Techniques, which is another Kan Mukai movie, which is in German. So, Dakota, is there any hope to hear the original soundtrack for The Bite? I think was my question.
No. So like the National Film Archive of Japan doesn't have a copy of this. So like by all intents and purposes, this is it. And no one in Japan has actually even seen this since it originally screened as well. Like they're kind of frustrated on their end. Apparently, like maybe like 10-ish years ago, there were some Japanese fans that bought the American DVD. They wanted to like experience this. But yeah, it's probably never going to happen.
Yeah, it's too bad. Because I think that is, I've talked with Alex about this and Casey a bit. I don't know how closely he was following the script when they rewrote this English dub. Do you guys get that feeling when you watch it that it might not be exactly what the original plot was? How do you guys?
It might follow it. Weirdly enough, they kept some Japanese in it during the assault scene.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
They didn't want to dub that over for some reason.
That's the good stuff, apparently.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because
I wouldn't know. I mean, honestly, I don't think much changed. Because I think it was pretty kind of close, right?
Also, we're not really talking about like an auteur of the genre too, where like he already is making kind of like safe sellable product. There's not going to be probably like buried context within it. It's not like a Wakamatsu film. Like, I'll be honest, right?
Yeah, the like the narration that goes over the top of some of the dialogue scene. That's what always throws me off. I'm like, why did he do this? Is that part of the original script? Like, is that how it was playing out?
That might
where they're like eating and talking at a table, and then you hear their inner thoughts. It's awesome.
Does Madame O also do that? Like, I haven't watched in a while.
Naked Pursuit definitely does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think they're dubbing to explain what's happening because they're not given enough sound. I mean, Pink Film doesn't really isn't too heavy on dialogue.
No.
Right.
Yeah, I would say, I think Madame O does that. There's some parts where we do like hear we see on the screen.
Which also makes it better because the dubbing of the actress in it is like high camp.
Yeah, she does make that movie even more than it like should be. Especially like when she's dubbing the nurse, right? The main actress who's the nurse. I forgot the name, but yeah, it's like I think that's what makes that movie a little bit more fun.
Have either of you watched The Adolescent?
I haven't. Yes, I have, but it's been a while, and I need to revisit it because I have the DVD-R of it.
Ooh. I mean, that's probably like the most like sexploitation, like Pink Film sexploitation, like 1-to-1 I could think of too. It's like it's not doing something too weird in a sense either. I mean, well, I think there's incest in it, but like,
not that weird.
Casual stuff.
Yeah, and that was also put out by Bob Cresse's Olympic International. So
right.
Which also doesn't survive in Japan either. Like his selection is very weird of like what he picked up too. And like I don't know if like a Japanese audiences or even like the production with like Kokue wasn't like, oh, this is the one we want to like have survive.
Yeah, it is strange. I almost watching The Bite. I think that he definitely was attracted to the two-way mirror situation because if you've heard anything about the stories of Bob Cresse, he apparently had a two-way mirror in his office and he did a lot of interesting voyeuristic stuff with cameras in his living quarters. So anyways, I think you know what I'm talking about, Casey.
Allegedly.
I do. And then there was one of his movies, was it Mondo Bizarro or Mondo Freudo, that had that opening with the two-way
mirror.
It.
Yeah, I always get those mixed up too.
So like that's one of his things. It's like the best kind of voyeurism, but also it makes me think of Cops. So it makes me think of a power dynamic. And so it's like Cresse's like, well, I have all the power because I can see everything, and that's very Cresse, this power mad little tyrant.
Yeah. Well, I also wonder, he's going to these markets and purchasing these films. He might not have even seen them, right? He's probably just basing his purchase off of a one sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
that's what Doris did with her Greek films. She didn't watch those two films. She just bought them.
Yeah.
That's why when she lost the script to one, she just made it up because she hadn't seen it, so she didn't know what it was about.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of my basis for when I watched this. I kind of wasn't sure is this a Doris Wishman situation where they don't have a script and they're just going off of watching the film and redubbing it. Well, and like you said, Casey, I when I listened to it again, it does sound like John Alderman does the male voice.
It's John Alderman. Yeah,
which is
definitely
weird.
John Alderman. Yeah, that voice that sounds like it's like even young John Alderman still sounds like he's smoking like 30 cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
Or more. Like, that's what killed him ultimately. But yeah, I mean, yeah. His voice is very recognizable, so it's very strange to hear that on the soundtrack. But also, well, in terms of the dubbing, I don't remember how long the original movie is supposed to be, but the American version is only, 61 minutes long or something? So it's possible that that voiceover is also added because there were expository scenes that were cut out where it would have explained it more, or maybe there was something that involved writing in Japanese and they didn't want to spend the money to subtitle it or dub over it. They were just kind of like, we're just going to explain what the situation is and what these characters are thinking rather than show it. Maybe. And also, they're dealing with audiences that I think a lot of distributors look down on. And they're just like, well, these are just dirty perverts that want to, like, see a sex movie. So we're not going to, if anything is remotely artful, then they're going to be turned off. So there's probably maybe a little bit of that in there, too.
Well, Dakota, what were the other, you've seen quite a bit of, you guys have both seen quite a bit of Kan Mukai's stuff, from this period. It was 60, 70 minutes long, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's like standard length. I mean, I guess there is kind of a confusion on the cutting of this. I mean, it's a weird director to pull up in a sense too, because he's very competent. Mm-hmm. Also, he's more important as a producer too. Like all the upcoming Sato titles, right? Like that's Mukai's baby. Like he produced these films. Yeah.
He's a really important character in the history of pink film, correct?
Yeah.
That nobody talks about really. I mean, in the West at least, he's kind of, because his directorial stuff is so hard to find, and his behind the scenes stuff is maybe not well known, right?
I would say maybe his behind the scenes stuff is a little bit more prolific, but again, most people wouldn't know because they would only know the certain. The films.
He produced over 100 Groper trains. Love that for
that's
him.
very important, especially to Dakota.
The fact that there were over 100 Groper trains is really wild.
Should be more.
Well, Jasper Sharp, he calls them molester train movies, not Groper train.
Little less.
Yeah, but I think that probably reflects.
I'm not
more
sure
of
which
Jasper,
one's better.
Probably than Groper trains sounds more palatable than molester trains. I think.
Yeah. It rolls off the tongue a little bit better, I think. Yeah,
yeah, I prefer Groper train for obvious reasons.
We're going off the
rails. Yeah, we are.
All right.
You're nothing but a male whore. What did you say? What was it? You sell yourself for money. Damn you.
Well, you guys, tell us more about some of these. Have you seen some of these other pickups from Bob Cresse, like Slave Widow? Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Slave Widow was also put out on DVD by Cinema Epic too, and I think it's also available. You could rent on Amazon Prime right now. It's a young appearance by Naomi Tani too. It's very moody, very dramatic. It's by Mamoru Watanabe, who's kind of a master of melodrama too. Kan Mukai actually does pick him up and then produce a bunch of his films. There's also a weird confusion in the 70s where Watanabe might have directed films that Mukai then listed his name as it's my film instead too. So there's kind of drama between that, and they're all dead, right? So who knows what the situation's going to be.
But we can keep fighting about it, right?
Yeah, it matters.
Right, exactly. We're going to keep that fight going, right? That's interesting.
But it's very watchable. It's more stylish maybe than this, a little bit more of the melodrama. Mm-hmm. The music's a little better too. It's not as heavy on the contrast of it, but it's another very odd peculiarity. Why does this one survive versus more interesting titles? For me, the gap in the 60s would be more of the BDSM films, the first Flower and Snake adaptations from 65.
Yeah.
That's what I wish they imported and had survived. It's not all these more standard new wave-esque on pink titles that we get.
I would say maybe it's just because some of the stuff that did survive is more palatable compared to some of this, because I guess some of us more a little bit more extreme, a little bit experimental.
I bet that's what I'm curious. Like when you watch this, like, I mean, coming from sexploitation, is maybe like the bite a little kind of tame in a sense, or kind of boring?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also seen it described as like a Sun Tribe film, which is similar to like the Weird Lovemakers or the Warped Ones, which was imported by Audubon and then marketed as a sex movie when it's really not a sex movie. It's like a rebellious youth movie.
Yeah.
And so the bite is kind of more like that to me with a little bit of kink added to it, but something like Naked Pursuit is much. I mean, I really intensely dislike that movie, but that is the word.
I like
the entire.
We both like that one.
Well,
Oh, you finally saw it? Because I think you were like, I haven't seen it yet. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, the whole movie is just. We were talking about moaning on the soundtrack last week for Fluctuations. A lot of moaning and echoplex and stuff, and it's just this woman getting assaulted over and over and over. So I think the slow motion probably destroyed me too. But I think you're right, Chris, in that I imagine something like a Flower and Snake adaptation from '65 might have been a little too graphic or subversive for American sexploitation at that time, because we hadn't seen like Michael Finley movies where we have insane sequences of like a woman having sex with a gourd or or a baby or an adult baby in like a crib. So like I think American sexploitation producers or distributors are probably like, well, this has enough stuff that I know can sell, but if it was something that was really heavy BDSM, I don't even think American films were really doing that well until like the late 60s, early 70s when they finally, and actually hardcore. I think hardcore tackled it much more vividly. And Japan wasn't even doing that either for a while. So
yeah, in Daydream, there is like some bondage sequences, and there's the electrical cord sequence, which Cresse would do again with Lee Frost in the pickup. So it's like,
that's true.
I wonder if he stole that from Daydream. But even with Daydream, I feel like it's coded in this dream sequence, so maybe that was more sellable to a U.S. audience, where it's not like, is this really happening? Maybe not. So they can sit through it. I don't know.
I mean, it's like what everybody goes through, like when they get a root canal or something. Is like they go under, and it's like, ooh, we're in bondage,
light bondage and vampires.
And we like, why is my T-shirt a little different? Like my pants.
Exactly. Exactly. I had my wisdom teeth out. That's exactly what happened.
Right? Yeah.
It's a relatable content film. Yes, exactly. We've all been through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would say, just because I think you and Casey and I share the same thing about The Bite. We both gave it 2.5 stars.
I actually raised it half a star after watching it today, but I gave it 2 before.
See, I
like it a little more.
Yeah, because again, I just like, I thought it was competent. I go, okay, this is very 60s, very the black and white, which I love. I love black and white cinema. However, I was just bored.
I wanted it to go harder. I think that was the problem. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, this has such potential to be so perverse. And it's like, it toys with it, but not enough for me. That's just my little sexploitation, perversion, where I'm like, I want to see something a little more edgy. And I think this is very like, yeah, that's why I agree with people who are like, this is a Sun Tribe type of film, because it really is. And also something that I always say is like, there's so much male energy in this. I'm just like, give me a woman to focus on. I don't want to focus on a dude. Give me a woman that I can follow. That's why Slave Widow I love, because you're following this woman and she has to like degrade herself. Which sounds, when I say it out loud like that, it sounds really gross of me, but
no. And
it's like, it's compelling.
These are women's pictures. Like, this is a genre.
It's a woman's. And I personally, I didn't mind to see like the guy become like the object, and he's the one going out, being prostituted and whatnot. Like that, I didn't mind. I think it's just the way it was kind of filmed felt boring. And like we said this too in our episodes, that we prefer, like when we watch Roman porno or any kind of pink film, we want to see more of the woman's story. Like I don't want to see the perspective of the man. Even like it's just more of like, I want to see the perspective of the woman, whether she is crazy or something happened to her. It's like we want to know her story. And I think this one kind of like it teeters. And
I mean, but that also kind of makes it odd too, because like pink film, for the most part, it's like even like female director Sachi Amano was like, pink film wouldn't exist without like a woman. Like that's the core of the genre. Most pictures have like a woman as the lead. It makes it weird that like it's the guy as the lead and him getting pimped out. And even like other pink film that uses men typically isn't. I mean, a lot of it's not good. I mean, like Angel Guts High School Co-Ed, which is not being included on the upcoming set, right? That's pretty bad.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like going off of what Dakota says, it's like most of the time, even like when you see films like with Sachi Amano, like it's very focused on the woman. Like we are seeing like the close-ups, the sounds. Like
even Sato makes women's pictures.
Yeah, Sato does make women pictures. Don't tell the new fandom that, but like it's a
that new fandom. I'm very intrigued to see where that goes, and I know you guys are watching it with like.
Oh yeah, we're like I'm
obviously informed interests.
I'm like, ooh, what are they saying? I mean,
checking the Blu-ray forums.
No, not the. I see it on Letterboxd, and then like. I also talk to other friends from Letterboxd. Like, you know, we're always like sharing each other. I'm like on Instagram. I'm like, did you see this post? Did you see this one? And they're like, oh, this
I love
person, this person. I'm like, oh, they're a baby. They're a baby. Yeah, like going back to the bite. It's just like I again, I didn't hate it. There's films that I do not like and I wouldn't even rate. But this one I was like, it's competent. I enjoyed it. I was just bored. Yeah. Watching other ones, like we were watching recently, all the new, like the stuff you guys on the list, I go, remember them, and others, I'm like, I passed out.
Oh my God. I mean, the Wakamatsu Notorious Concubines one was really wild. I mean, again, like pink film doesn't know how to do a period piece right, like at all. It's like they want to be too serious. Period piece, and it's like they get lost in the sets. They don't know plot or how to sexualize it.
Yeah, like
I'm always hoping like I can find something as like unhinged as like Onzo the Razor from the pink film side. They don't know how to like Nakatsu as well too. It's like
Toei could like I think I would say Toei knows how to like make like a period piece look good, but it just doesn't hit the right notes either. It's too actiony for me.
Like, unless it's Tokugawa Sex Band.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, I haven't seen that in forever.
It's good.
Yeah, with the bite, I wonder, you know, if it would have been more interesting if we saw more from the perspective of that madam who's pulling the strings.
Yes. You know? Yeah, I think if it had been from her perspective, I probably would have been on board. And then her comeuppance would have probably had more impact because I would have been like, oh no, that's my girl.
Yeah.
You know.
It is weird that she's not the emphasis though either, because like she's the mainstream star of the cast.
Yeah, tell us more about her.
She was mostly in supporting roles too. She's also in some early roles for like Shintoho, like the mainstream Shintoho that's not the pink film studio as well. So this is kind of like her later era, like where she's like desperate for money and work.
Okay.
Yeah, when he told me that we were watching, I was like,
but all like of a mere woman of 31, so old, so old.
I was like, wow, drag her.
Well, she doesn't. Well, yeah, she is in that one sex scene with the gigolo boy, but I don't remember if you see much. I guess she does disrobe, right?
He kind of shows a like just enough, but it's not like, oh my God, full frontal or like
right. Yeah,
right.
It's not memorable either.
But she wore sunglasses.
I guess I could see it as like her slumming it in this kind of picture, maybe, you know.
She just took the paycheck.
Which is the same as the actress from Madame O, too. It's like pink film was a weird hybrid of like, you had these kind of like washed up actresses. Maybe they also had done supporting for a major studio where like, okay, I need to keep paying the bills. Or then you had people who came from like underground theater too. Like Shuji Terayama, like the artful side of like Japan at the time. Like he's supplying people who went to pink, which is such an odd mixture of like respect and like underground. I don't know.
Yeah, or you had like actors or actresses who started in pink and then they became like more mainstream. It's like the opposite, right? And you're like, oh wow. And then like some of them are like they don't talk about it, and others are like, yeah, I did pink. You know, I showed this, I did this.
I am curious at Jasper with his interviews if there's any like actors who kind of refuse to get interviewed or don't want to talk about this period of their lives. I don't know. I mean,
I wish every single person who was doing this kind of history would note that.
Right?
I've been like, try to talk to this person. They said no. Try to talk to this person. They hung up on me. Like, at least it would also give you an idea to other researchers as well. So kind of like, don't bother this person, you know?
Yeah, well, what I'm hearing is it's similar to the situation with American sexploitation films. Like some actresses embrace it, some don't. Actors and actresses, I should say. Would you guys
Also,
agree?
sexploitation was also a place for like slumming people. I'm thinking of like Jan Sterling in The Minx, where Jan Sterling worked in studio films, and what's she doing in The Minx in 1969? Or like Elaine Edwards, the star of Pamela You Are, another one. Like she was a Hollywood and stage actress. What is she doing in doing nudity in Pamela You Are? So there is like that parallel in American sexploitation as well. I don't know if they would want to talk about it now either.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like a paycheck movie.
I would say, like, especially with what we found in pink film, like, there's not a lot of, fortunately, there's not a lot of research we find with like some of the actors and actresses, because like again, we don't know, and then there's not much information out there of like who's.
I mean, it's also sad too, because like it's almost like the interest comes too late, where it's like the actors who like would know the history, like a Shinji Kubo type, who's like veteran actor since the '60s, who recently passed away, like they've just died off, right? So it's like.
Yeah, you don't know.
We just lost the information with them of like even uncovering like sometimes the director's pseudonyms too on different films. Like we just won't know now.
Oh, I feel that. I feel that every day. I feel that every day. I'm just like, oh, they just died 2 years ago.
Love
Great.
that. Let's do Ouija board right now.
Love that for us. Right.
Yeah, that's the weight on the shoulder of every sexploitation researcher is like every day that goes by is you are losing more and more information and established knowledge from these people. Yeah, it is what it is.
But it's also remember either to like look at the recent issues, like Sato approved something.
Like Sato doesn't even know his own artwork in movies. Yeah,
I'm like, love that.
That is funny. Is there anyone else in this movie that you guys know of from Pink Film?
That's probably kind of it. I was trying to guess if the lead was also acting for Nakatsu, but then when I pulled up his Nakatsu first appearance from 72, like unless he like drastically changed, I don't think it would be him. I mean, they're likely Kan Mukai also comes from doing like educational films, and also like people work from TV as well, which I guess is common sexploitation around the world. So the actors are likely coming from theater, TV, modeling. Maybe some of the girls would have been dancers.
Yeah.
Hey, not too dissimilar from American sexploitation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Tough to trace.
Transcends all languages.
And like, dancers.
All this, it happens with every sex film. I'm sure it happens to like German sex films too, and French sex films. Yeah, I think it's just a thing. I think it's a thing it's a global thing where sex cinema, you're not necessarily going to know everything, and the people that may know it aren't willing to share it.
Wasn't the same thing that we noticed when we watched the Swedish porno? A lot of the actors, like in the like the first time actor, they're like coming out of like was it like school, like some kind of drama school, and it just was like it's their first or second movie.
But also they had the lure of like, because like okay, they're in Sweden, a Japanese studio was hitting them up and wanting to work with them. That was kind of exciting too. But then some of them refused to talk about it.
I mean, I tell Dakota this, I'm like, if we did if we were younger and we did a film, like a sexploitation film or whatever, or a pink film, and if like, as we get older, I'll be like, yeah, I want to talk about it. It was the one film I did. I want to talk about it. I want to be on the features, right?
Right.
You guys want to do that too? Like if you were in a sexploitation film, whatever it kind of be, right? It just,
especially if your head was in the toilet. Yeah.
Well, I found the lead actress of Terror at Orgy Castle. She only made that one movie, and she was a model, and now she's back in Pennsylvania living her life on social media. And I'm like, do I ask her what it was like to make this sexy movie on a castle set? It's like, if I were her, I would want to talk about it and be like, that's why I did. Maybe there's a reason she didn't want to make any other movies. I want to know why, you know?
Yeah.
Of course it's going to feel intrusive when you're asking, but it's like, I just want to know, like knowledge is power. I just want to know more about this stuff, you know? Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, I don't
know. Now, the Swedish stuff, actually, so I think we know Christina Lindbergh is the big one we know, who went over there and she made, 2 films, right?
Yes.
Yes. And so, like, who are some other examples of some of these Swedish stars that went over there? Because I'm totally unfamiliar. I know you have a great list on Letterboxd, which I have saved.
That goes over. I mean, she's a part of, like, the wave of, like, Sandra Julian is the first that Toei brings over.
And it's great. I didn't know that.
Then it's Sharon Kelly. They tried to work with Sylvia Christel, but it never worked out.
Interesting.
And then the Toei's I guess big budget side of erotica kind of dies off, where then after that they just do low budget pink films and their subsidiaries. That kind of powered the budget of this the Foreign Star. They couldn't do that.
Because I know Shaw Brothers did that in China too, because they brought over Evelyn Kraft, who was German, and there was a Danish girl they brought over for Bamboo House of Dolls, and a few other examples. But yeah, I love that list. I'm like, where am I going to find these movies that Dakota has on this list?
Well, sometimes they get a random white girl. It's was she on vacation? It's is this a model? It's you can never understand, explain.
No.
There's a weird one. So Nakatsu has an adult video from the 80s where they send an adult video actress Toya, and then she goes to UCLA and meets another white girl. I'll have to send you it because the white guy that they fuck in that is a guy who has done hardcore porn.
Yeah.
But not notable, but he has a adult film archive page.
Yeah.
He's not a looker.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued.
He's not a looker, but it's funny because when you see
that, I'd probably love him.
Yeah, no, he has kind of a mullet, and it's he's not attractive. But when the film starts, it says UCLA, and I'm like, wait, what? And then they film in some apartment, or not apartment, a
just
hotel.
The dorms. What are you talking about?
They actually did it in a dorm. Oh my god!
No. They did it in some hotel, but it's you could tell it was
They dressed it up like a dorm.
Yeah,
like a
dorm.
Like
a speedy hotel.
Oh, I need to see that.
Just a doorway. It's really simple, but it's the fact it's some random white woman, and then it has the actress from I think Nakatsu, and then that's from the porn star. So we don't know. I think Dakota posted on the.
I mean, okay, the worst white person they've done is Taboo X Perversion.
Oh.
They have a German lady, but then they name her Eva Braun.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And she's
that's iconic for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, very cross-cultural. Really dealing with that World War II trauma.
Yeah,
exactly. Those Axis powers coming together to create an adult film. That's crazy. Well, I always think the example I always think of someone on vacation and just wandering into a movie is the lead of Mystics in Bali, that Indonesian movie, where it's
Absolutely.
She was some diplomat or something, and now her head's flying off her body.
You're a star.
Flying all over the place. Yeah, I'm just wherever she went, she had fun and went away.
It's almost
I like that.
The other actress too, from that era, is that Robo? Was it not Robotrix? It's the
what's the follow-up?
Lady Terminator.
Yeah.
That actress,
oh yes, I love Lady Terminator.
Feels like she just walked into set and they're
picked up a gun.
Yeah, picked up a gun and started shooting.
Right, I love that. Those Roppy films are so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
I mean,
anyway,
sorry,
we got off track.
Kan Mukai, he does actually go abroad. So in the 90s, he does 2 home video things for Toei's V Cinema, where he goes to Spain. So he takes the actress from House, one of them, she plays Fantasy. It's her grown up as a woman. She goes off into Spain, has his hookups. It's more of an erotic thing too. Yeah. It's really fun, weird. Mm-hmm. Also, they use a Spanish cast. They actually are real Spanish cast, Spanish crew. So it's weird. I've never one had ever talked about it too. But also the Japanese crew tries to speak Spanish.
It's just magical for the wrong reasons. But it's not it's not a great film, but it's very interesting because it's just a simple thriller. I mean, not a thriller. It's erotic. It's very erotic. She's just walking around very and then the sex is kind of just plain.
Church music plays while they bang. Why not?
Wow,
it's very plain.
What is that? What is that one called?
Scandalous Body, and then just Scandalous Body 2.
Yeah.
Okay. There were 2 of them.
Yeah, why not? There's actual continuity.
Yeah, it continues the story.
Really,
a random part 2.
Talking about the crossover East and West, so Kan Mukai also did a Deep Throat spin-off, which looks amazing and sounds amazing. I heard
It
you guys
should
talk
be
about
like
it
that's a
recently.
future Blu-ray. I mean, should be right,
should
but
be.
like
Yeah.
it only survives right now online through the German print. But like there is an English dub out there. I've never seen it. It's okay. That film is like what you probably would want from The Bite, like seeing like a pink film director. Also, Deep Throne of Tokyo is for Toei, so it's him going mainstream, but it's wild, unhinged. I mean, she gets her clitoris like surgically implanted in her throat.
It's so great because
So it's not it. So she becomes Linda Lovelace, but not naturally.
No,
that's
it's
interesting.
surgically,
Unnaturally.
But she has a gift.
And there's a
Oh my
beautiful, like,
God.
when we talked about it recently on one of our episodes, like I love the scene. It's very dramatic because it's at a dinner scene and she's eating a banana, and it's like, and it's slow, kind of like she's
Her
just
awakening.
her awakening. She's like slowly just
my
like,
God.
like it's just beautiful. It's cinema.
Oh my God.
It's also one of the rare
I
films
have
from
a copy
abroad.
of that, but I never watched it.
You should watch it because I think you'll just
I need to watch it.
because you'll notice all like the kind of references of like the other films like hardcore, but it's just very dreamy because I think Gentry, you've seen it, right?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
The transfer is really bad. Also, I guess like the dubbing on it makes it sound like a Jess Franco German film too, so maybe that makes it more fun.
Oh, one of those.
I just heard you guys talk about it, so I feel like I've seen it. Like the staircase scene, apparently.
That's
there's
like
really,
that's one of my favorite scenes, I think.
yeah.
But
I want to see it. Yeah.
you guys should.
But
it does use a secret filming thing technique though too. So I guess like if Mukai has like a theme that repeats from the 60s throughout the end of his life, there's always secret recordings, filming. He doesn't do it in maybe more an interesting, darker way like Sato, like his protege, but like he has that throughout his filmography.
Yeah, you could see like the Sato-esque, like that early kind of like recording.
But just not pervy.
Yeah, not pervy.
Right. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm trying to remember. I watched Forbidden Techniques, the boxer film. I don't remember if there was any kind of voyeuristic stuff in that. You guys have seen that, but I think it was a while ago. You don't remember it.
It's like you guys
because it's so boring.
They just kind of
it's so boring.
Well,
it's a lost masterpiece.
Very. Yeah, I think a couple of these early, I mean, the ones that I've seen, like
it.
Forbidden Techniques and The Bite, they're kind of Sarno-ish in that they're black and white, like people just talking in bed with like close-ups of skin moving around. It's really nice to look at as a black and white film. Like they look amazing, but I could see how some people would be bored by it, especially you Roman X freaks over there.
Oh my God. We watched Criterion.
When?
Exactly.
I was like, what?
Okay, so Kan Mukai has another film called Blue Film Woman, and Dakota's like, oh, this is a classy movie. And I'm like, anyone that watches this other than Dakota would not call this a classy movie.
What?
You know what I'm talking. Like it is. It has a like mentally handicapped guy like sticking snakes up women's somethings, and this is like
Criterion what?
Yeah. But again, like that one does have like
is it done in a classy way? Is it done in a classy way?
Yeah, sort of.
Yes.
It's very consistent because it looks like, oh wow, it looks like a
Roman porno, like
it's very
Katsu level, like widescreen. It looks gorgeous. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's just perverse in a great way because that's why Dakota would say it's classy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like Blind Beast classy? Like,
kind
because that's what I always think of. I love Blind Beasts, but I feel like Blind Beast is like starter pink film, sort of, maybe. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm at starter level pink, and I have all of your lists saved, and then I have all of your episodes downloaded to finally dive in to watch stuff, and I'm just like, when do I start? See, it just seems so overwhelming because it just covers so much, and there's so much of it. But I'm so glad that you guys are like kind of directing people to the right ones to start with.
Are they?
Which I think is important.
Well, the ones I want.
Why are you reading our guests?
Wow.
No, I mean, I like for sure, like Dakota and I, like with some of our friends who are like not really like don't understand pink as much, but we try to tell them like, okay, start with these, and then you'll build yourself up to like a more like crazier film.
I guess I'll flip it at you too. Do you feel like with the releases that get cultivated, I guess, by different Blu-ray labels, is that necessarily like the sexploitation you'd want to see at that level too, or talked about? Like, would you want kind of more weirder or different picks than what you're getting?
You're talking about the American stuff?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
I feel like with sexploitation, with the softcore sexploitation, no, we're not getting nearly enough of it anyway.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's so interesting that Pink Film, I mean, the Third Window films, those they've been putting those out for a while. So now it's like everyone else is waking up to them. So now 88 Films, and now, there are other labels that are putting them out. So I feel like that's the renaissance that's happening, is the Pink Film renaissance is happening now on Blu-ray, because a lot of them haven't been on Blu-ray.
Right.
So, and I feel like there is sort of like, tying into Dakota, you saying like classy. And I think there is an element of like, well, this is international sexploitation, so there is an element of class to it. Whereas if you're talking about something like a Bob Cresse, like a Love Camp 7, you can't exactly say this is classy sexploitation. Metzger, you probably could. Sarno, you could. But even those are tough. So I'm really glad these are getting like a renaissance, though, because it has been a while. Like, there's so much of them that had never been released. So it's... And that's why, and you keep finding them with these random the into the crevices of this subgenre that magically have subtitles that are available that are like auto generating or whatever, so you can actually tick more off of the master list of the genre.
Yeah, I know you guys have watched quite a few with the live subtitles through the Google Translation.
Wonderful magic.
It gives you enough what you need.
Yeah.
Right.
And like you guys have said, like sometimes the plots are visual more than dialogue driven. Yeah.
I mean,
which I think probably ties into that classiness again, because it's not about a script or having actors that are able to say dialogue and having it be meaningful. If the language of the film or the language of that genre is more visual, then I think that it's more impact. I mean, subs help, but if it's still impactful without the subs, I think that, I don't know, I think that says a lot about a genre, if you're able to still find it accessible through how it looks and how it makes you feel through the visuals.
Yeah, I was say, Gentry, is there any films that you think that, like, from the labels have been not really putting out? Because I have my, like, I feel like, for example, like 88 Films doing the classier Nikatsu stuff, where it was like, where's the other, like, later 70s or early 80s, late 80s stuff, What do you think? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, we've talked about Harry Novak's catalog quite a bit on this show, and there's there's so much there that's not being touched for maybe reasons that are beyond. There might be personal reasons with the rights owners, but again, it's like, for me, I like those sexploitation movies. Some people absolutely hate them, so that also might be like a barrier to putting them out. Like, I don't know the people behind the scenes, if they're, I'm looking at Blu-ray forums, everybody seems to hate these Novak Southern sexy movies, so we're not going to put those out. I don't know if that's what's happening, but there's definitely stuff we want out there that's not being put out. Casey could go on a tirade about that for another hour if you want.
I have on multiple episodes. I feel like the vibes are really nice right now.
Oh my god,
he's biting his tongue so hard right now.
People know what I want to see. I've said I want the Manikondes, I want the Apostolovs.
Yeah.
Now that I know that there's prints of like Daisy Chain and the Joe Sarno Scarf with Miss Thigh of Satin, and wasn't there one? I mean, there's a print of the Love Robots tying back into Pink. Like, there's a print of Love Robots in a private collection. Like, why has that not been?
Also, why are they hiding it? Like, what are they doing with it?
Exactly. It's the same collector, actually. I don't know who it is, but apparently he's very easy to work with, and he has a lot of other films that he's shown at that same drive-in where he has the only print that's available. So it's like, I don't know why he's not being tapped as a resource. Even by maybe like Gold Ninja, like Will Sloan might be a good person to contact him for that if it's like a smaller scale project. But I don't know. I also feel like we're getting so much stuff that it's like it feels gauche to kind of be like, well, what about this? And it's like, it spits in the face of what everyone is doing. And it's not that. It's just like, I feel like the market is so big that there's room for a little bit of everything. And I feel like we're just getting an onslaught of certain stuff where there's so much of it that the other stuff is getting ignored.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm glad that like there's this pink film renaissance where it's like, oh yeah, we haven't really been tackling this on Blu-ray, have we? It's like, no, you haven't. So now let's go. Like it's like playing catch up with this genre sort of.
I mean, yeah, it's like Dakota and I, we have our own list of like what should be really released too. But at the same time, yeah, I agree that, as long as it's like getting talked about too, because then there's other ones that may get discovered later. Because there's a lot of like pink films out there that we cannot find, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like American sexploitation fans are maybe in a better position in terms of we know some of this stuff is out there, like the prints are there. For you guys and the Japanese stuff, it's like, especially the 60s era, like it's nothing exists. It's not coming out.
Yeah, I mean, also kind of confuses me too, because like sometimes when you're looking back at like the Weissers when they wrote about it, some of the films they reference from the 60s, I don't know how they watched it.
That's true too. I thought that too. I don't know if they made it up. And I'm just like, what is this based on? There's no way you could have seen this. Yeah.
Like there's not even like the Japanese side has talked about like, oh, this reel existed at some point, or it's been archived in a sense too. So I'm like, what are you kind of making up off the poster? I don't know. It's like, it kind of like frustrates me a little bit too with it. Usually with like any kind of like, okay, if it's watchable, it's like, okay, it's Laserdisc, VHS, streaming on a porn site. Someone had the reel at an old film festival from like 20 years ago. Like you can find that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it kind of confuses me when it's like, oh, people say they watch something. Another one that frustrates me, you put in the show notes, like Hentai, the Lost film. It's nothing but troll comments on Letterboxd.
Oh, I almost commented today and said, all of y'all commenting on this can suck my dick because I know none of you have seen this.
Yeah.
And the same, actually, it's similar. There's a listing for You, the Lost 1968 movie, and people will review the TV show You on there.
Yeah.
And I'm almost like, this movie is lost, you motherfuckers. Like, why are you doing this? Because it drives me nuts. Yeah. And well, for a long time, I thought hentai was around based on that. And then I read the reviews and I was like, oh, these little dirtbags getting my hopes up.
It's funny because I think not too long ago, I was like, because I probably you guys know, I try to watch a lot of like photo movies or photography movies because that's my background. There was supposedly somebody watched all the films that were supposedly archived of the photographer, what's his name? There was the father of like of modern cinema, Muybridge, Edward Muybridge, right? Supposedly because he made all his like documents of like the moving images that they're all shorts, and this person went on Letterboxd and said that he watched them all, and I'm like, not everything has been archived. It's archived, but not for streaming, right? And then apparently, like, it got into a debate with other people, so it got all taken down. On
like his reviews,
and then the listings of the film, because I was like, because there was some you could find on YouTube, right? When I was like, oh, cool, I'll like rate it and say I watched it, right? It's like 20 seconds or whatever. And then you can go onto like National Archives and you can find like some of that stuff. But somebody, because of like the debate and the person saying that he watched it all, it got all taken down on Letterboxd, which is kind of fascinating.
Well, TMDb also gets weird with like shorts or like early experimental stuff too, like film history. What we consider what a film is. I mean, I guess like even from sexploitation, TMDb is getting more strict with posters. About
we were just talking about that this morning. Yeah.
Yep.
Not even just the posters, but I don't know if somebody's flipping a switch, but like Sisters in Leather just got flipped to adult.
Just had to ask Gentry to fix it. Yeah.
You have to report it and then report it again and again. And it's awful. Like some of the pink films like I follow, it's like it takes like a year to get a mod to fix it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Or there was a time when like Dakota was going in and like cleaning up like some of the titles to make it more so we know, like, for example, like Apartment Wife or any of the other pink films. Then somebody went back and like said, no, you have to put it back to like the weird.
They use the Romaji, so they like phonetically spell out Japanese and English. So they change all the titles. You don't want a made up English translation, which also makes sense, but it makes things harder to search for too.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine that's a recurring problem with, well, I say a problem, but it's just a recurring
It is a problem.
issue that you were, where it's just like, because you're dealing with translations and there's literal translations and then there's like, well, this flows better in English. So, but then it's like, well, what do you use?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if they don't let you use both, then it's tougher to find them.
Just flag it as adult and call it porn, apparently. I'm just kidding. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm just because people will still call softcore stuff porn, and I'm like, no, not by today's definition. No, it is not. It is not. Basically, porn equals hardcore in my mind and a lot of other people's minds. If it's soft, then it's like R or NC-17.
Yeah,
it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not hardcore.
Well,
so
I noticed that too. I mean, Casey, you could also say something about this. Like when I see because I watch a lot of like gay films, right? Gay cinema, like all that stuff on Letterboxd, whatever.
Yeah.
Some stuff is not on Letterboxd and you can watch it easily. And then there's stuff that it is on Letterboxd, but you can't find it. And then somehow somebody said that they watched it, and I'm like, who, where, how? But at the same time, they don't flag a lot of the gay porn, like gay stuff that you could see on Letterboxd, like compared to like pink film that gets flagged a lot.
I think it's because people aren't like aware enough and vindictive. I think with like the sex exploitation, it's like people are kind of searching out nudity or like keywords and they're flagging it because like they're being little children, right?
Yeah. No, I've said it on here multiple. We are in a more wildly conservative in film environment than I ever thought possible in 2025. Where like sex is bad. If you did a sex movie with no intimacy coordinator, then it's bad. Or if there's a woman that's doing something not consensual, it means that the actress it was not consensual, and it's just like there is nuance here, there is history here, there is it's a big broad spectrum of sex cinema, but this idea that sex and nudity equals bad is it's very 80s. It's worse than the 80s because at least in the 80s you had celebrities like Ginger Lynn and Tracy Lords and all these other people. Like now it's just like
it's also like I always like to make fun of the horror fans too, like the horror bros. Like they cannot handle sex in like a horror
film. Not at all.
And they get very like like they don't mind seeing like breasts, right? They don't mind seeing that. But like in like sexploitation, pink film, like breasts are out and it's like just normal, but they're like, or
because awkward and I'm just like, guys, it's sex. It's fine. If you haven't had sex, that's fine. But just act like you've been there. Like, come on. Like what is this? Come on. It's very crazy to me. It really, really is. It's like, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Is there a show tonight?
Yes, there is. A very special show. But don't worry. You can be just an observer this time.
Gentry, I guess you were going to say something with that.
I know. I don't know. I was thinking about your guys' screenings and just and I'm thinking. I know we're getting kind of wildly off topic, but the idea of all these repertory screenings recently of like hardcore movies, and part of me is like, I love this idea of it, but at the same time, part of me is also like, this isn't how they were originally presented. These movies were presented for an audience to engage with. You know what I'm saying?
The material, so to speak.
Yes. But now we're presenting them as like, sit in your seat, stare forward, and like appreciate this movie as, the history of it. It's like, is that how we should be watching these movies? I don't know.
It depends.
I mean, probably not. You're right, though. Like having more interaction. I mean, pink film too. It's like, I mean, probably not so much like the 60s, but especially like as the genre goes ahead in 80s, 90s, it gets pervier, seedier. Yes. The theaters get worse. It's like people are jerking off in the theater or they're cruising, like getting a sex worker. It's like these aren't wholesome family fun.
I mean, I would say like the screening we did, like Man and Woman.
Yeah,
I don't think that
was more of a comedy.
That was a comedy.
Yes, that works.
Yeah,
it works.
I mean, it's weird. LA's kind of hostile to. Other than Whammy, who has shown hardcore, like overall, it's very hostile to showing like anything with sex in it too, compared to New York and Chicago. I don't know why that is.
Yeah,
they just would rather kind of ignore and pretend it doesn't exist too.
Very strange.
Yeah, New York wasn't showing hardcore. New York, I don't know. It feels egotistical every time I bring this up, but New York wasn't showing hardcore until I did it. Like I did that series in anthology, and we got covered in major publications. We had like a lot of people come out, and it really transformed the way that adult cinema is shown in theaters because it was about like, oh, these were actual films. A lot of these films had like premieres with photographers and press. So like certain films were treated like actual films. Not everyone was, but the ones that were are the ones that I would, try to show in a theater and be respectful and everything. But yeah, it's interesting. It also, but it makes me think. So, like, I think you had posted in the show notes about like how the rediscovery of this film in particular, and then Slave Widow, and I think they showed in 2008 at that one theater, but I feel like they showed in other theaters too because it was like a big deal. And there was also a situation where it's so crazy that something as almost far back as 2008, people were like, "Yes, let's show these sex movies in cinema because they're cinema." I don't know if I'd see that happening now, which is crazy because that was not even 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've reached out to my repertory cinema up here in the Twin Cities, and they are hesitant to do any sexploitation stuff because, it just, and I understand that, but I think that you can pick and choose titles, kind of like you guys did with Shinjuku. Yeah. I think that, the comedy aspect, and it's not like the sex scenes are not explicit for one.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And with a lot of sexploitation films, there are movies that have very extended, long sex sequences, which obviously, like, you watch that in a theater with people who aren't prepared. Yeah, they're going to be like giggling and acting ridiculous. And
it is going to be awkward because you're sitting, especially if it's sold out screening, you're going to have people sitting next to each other during that. Well, and that's awkward.
Hold on a second.
But that's why my first screening in that series, it was like we ripped the Band-Aid off. We had a trailer reel that was like 20 minutes, and it was like, okay, here's all the hardcore footage in a trailer form, so it like ripped the Band-Aid off. It's like you're going to see a lot of this. But then the movies that we picked were very plot driven and very production value driven and things like that. So I think all of us here know that like there are films that you could definitely utilize to introduce people to the genre as a whole. And then there are ones that that only when you're an established fan that you would then be able to watch and appreciate because you need like background or understanding what the genre is. Like the Novaks, for example, I would never recommend those to a novice in sexploitation because you need to know, I think, what sexploitation is and
where it's been.
You need to know and where it's been and why they weren't hardcore at that time and why they were, still soft in the early 70s, things like that. So yeah, I think every genre in sexploitation, every subgenre has those introductory titles. And that's why I really need to be paying attention to your introductory titles because I'm like, okay, where do I start? But I also feel like I'm also a little pervier than the usual novice because I come from a sexploitation background. So I'm like, I could probably tolerate something like a groper train.
Oh yeah, that's from family.
I could tolerate those because I'm an established roughies person. So like
Yeah, because like I would say like the groper chains are more just like they're fun, they're easy, they're kind of goofy. They're not like the more bondage extreme stuff that we tend to like too as well. But there's some nicer stuff of like the Pink film too that like could get somebody to be like, okay, I understand it, I get it.
I mean, speaking of this distributor, though, too, that 2008 screening, so Cinema Epic is Gregory Patanaka. So, I mean, he didn't respond back. Well, but it's crazy. Like, in 1998, he showed a woman called Sada Abe on a double bill with Wife to be Sacrificed, which is probably one of the more, like, unhinged side of Nikatsu.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's really...
Where was that screen?
It was Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, here at Lemley. Also, I think up in Portland or Seattle.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I wonder if Boogie Nights being out may have inspired people wanting to see any kind of sex cinema. And they were like, well, let's start with this. But having seen Wife to be Sacrificed, I haven't seen the first one yet. But having seen that one at least, I'm just like,
Boogie Nights
what are the audience things? Right.
Wait, Gentry, you've seen Wife to be Sacrificed, right?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I've seen some other Konuma stuff, but not that one.
It's probably one of like the more extreme ones. It's more nightmarish too. It's not an easy pick for someone's first time.
No. Talk about ripping the Band-Aid off. Yeah, that's like
I mean, I can only imagine to see like Miss Tawny on the screen. I would cry. But
I would love that.
I would not want to see that one in the theater because it's just like, nightmare fuel,
Wow, if you guys are saying that, then
I mean,
I'm gonna watch this one.
No, I actually I don't think I've rated it on Letterboxd because I need to revisit it, but I remember really liking it.
It's really good.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
but again, like at first time, it would be like, but I think if you understand like where it was coming from and what they're trying to do, it's cinema. It's cinema.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Kanuma. How can you not say it's cinema? Because like anything he did was like perfection.
That is something that I like in both of your reviews on Letterboxd, where it's like, this is cinema, like this is life, this is everything, and it's like it's so enthusiastic, and I'm like, I know this movie's gonna rock my world when I finally see it, because I know. And then when you don't like something, I know when you really don't like something, and I love that it's very clear. Yeah, that's why I love your review so much.
You'll know that if I didn't like something or I liked it. Because Dakota tends to be a little bit more fair, I think.
Wow.
Well, speaking of, Dakota and I think, are the biggest The Bite fans here. And
we're the apologists.
You give it 3.5, and I think I don't know what I would rate it this time.
The two C's are a 2.5. Yeah.
Yes. I'd give it a 3 and a heart.
I give it 3.5. Okay. That'd be crazy. Yeah. Why not?
That's fair. That's fair.
I would say I think people still should watch this because if they want to kind of see like the genre and see what was happening in the 60s, because there's other great like 60s like pink film as well that are just great, and it's just like I would put this like in a box set. That's the way I wouldn't release it by itself.
But it also might be a hard sell too, because I know like the 60s pink came out too. I don't think it's really sold the greatest.
Well, what has been out recently of 60s pink?
Will be Gushing Prayer, which I think is 71, which is also coming from Wakamatsu, and then also Inflatable Sex Doll, The Wastelands.
Yeah.
I think what people want of 60s is Wakamatsu, like a Koji Wakamatsu directed film, but it's like I think Jasper has hinted that maybe it's like a family rights situation holding those back.
Well, Inflatable Sex Doll, I mean, I was gonna look up to see like how many people have seen that, but that's a pretty big.
It was already well watched before they put it out.
That's what I was gonna say. Like it's been well watched. Like a lot of people have seen that one. I don't know
because he did. Did he do Go-Go Second Time Virgin? Is it the same director?
Go-Go is Wakamatsu.
That is Wakamatsu. Okay, yeah, because that came out through Image, and so I think that probably directed a lot of people to see it after that DVD came out. Probably.
Which like Wakamatsu should have been a Criterion Eclipse set. Like.
Yeah. I want more Eclipse sets like that. Yeah, we're trying to convince Distripix / Melisini to do Eclipse set types of just films with their trailers, maybe an essay, just to get them out there. Yeah. Like, I don't need a ton of extras, just get them out there looking nice.
Yeah,
I would love that. Actually, a nice Eclipse kind of set would be good for like all of these that aren't the Novaks. I think like Slave Widow, Boneless, Adolescent, the Bite. You could put all of them in a little collection as like American released pink films. Better, under a good title, not that. But yeah,
I'm a big fan of the bonus film. Like put it, pick your main feature and then put one of these as a bonus film like they did with that third window set. They did pink film 3 and 4, maybe it was. They put Forbidden Techniques as the bonus film because it's the German dub, so they were like, well, all we have is this German print. I mean, it looks amazing, but it's German, so maybe the people who purchased
that's what that'd have to do with like Love Rebellion, the Sarno movie. It's only available in German with subtitles, so like put that as an extra film somewhere too. We've got ideas, folks. We all four of us have ideas.
We
here.
need money.
So, right.
Well, no,
to work. We got ideas.
There's that film from like the Impulse titles. Like, there's one film that we had. It was a clip show, right? It was like a clip. All the films that are being released. Impulse. And then on the DVD, there's a bonus film that is something like Lesbian Stewardess or something. It's like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the Nikatsu trailer collection. They randomly do an adult video short on it, but also I don't think they really build out of what it was.
No.
For that side. Okay.
Yeah, because I remember that.
Interesting.
We wanted to get it because we could say we watched that one film, but the clip,
we wanted to watch Ryoko Watanabe, Lesbian Stewardess. Yes.
Yeah. That was like, we're fighting for that one. No.
So it was on there though.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
But also Mukai would probably be a good candidate too. Like there's enough of this director's films that are available from different eras. It's like if people pull that different threads, obviously, like, someone should be hitting up Toei for their pink films, especially in the 70s and 80s. Like, I know that Sato's Distorted Sense of Touch got restored in Japan and has a DVD. That's, again, obviously going to come out in the world, right? But they should peel back the layers of, like, what are pink films from Toei, right? Like, having this great content. Also, I think, like, Toei is not really fighting for these films, and they might be cheaper than Nikatsu. No. I don't know. Like,
Toei is easier to work with than like Toho. Like they've historically been easier to work with. So I think that makes total sense. I don't know why people aren't going after those.
Yeah, we've chatted a little bit about trying to get Mondo Macabro to do more Toei stuff. That's
because they did do the Nikatsu stuff. So I feel like they could go back to Toei. I don't know why not.
That's like your guys' gateway, Haunted Turkish Bathhouse. You could thank Pete Toombs and Haunted Turkish Bathhouse for where you are today, right?
Wow. Full circle.
Mondo Macabro, actually, I just gotta say, Mondo Macabro doesn't get enough love. No. I do love Mondo Macabro.
Yes.
And they really, it's Jared basically running that. Running that store and the social media all by himself. I love Jared, and they always put out good stuff.
I'm trying to think what other thread to pull here, as you say, Dakota.
Oh my god! What else are you even writing notes on?
I wanted to ask you about this. I wanted to ask about this whole Cinema Epic situation. So this was released through Cinema Epic. Are they still in exist? Are they still doing anything? What's going on there?
Their Facebook is still active. Also, so they are posting. They weirdly enough did like their version of an Emmanuel film too, like a more recent like 2B-esque production from a few years ago.
2B-esque?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
2B original Emmanuel.
We need to decipher what's happening there. But they're still around. They didn't respond. Please hit me up. But again, I assume they would maybe have the reel if it wasn't like Gregory's collection, but it might be the distributor, like the Japanese pink film distributor Kokue, who would still hold the rights to it. Also, they are licensing titles, like they're still around. So it's like,
okay,
let's make the jump to blue, folks.
Yeah.
If you let's try to get some work on that. Yeah. That'd be good.
I might have to reach out, to Gregory over there, see what's going on.
But he also seems like he's been kind of burnt out by like him trying over the years to make these films happen, and maybe like the not bite back too. He would probably be wary or like almost like, I don't know, hesitant too, like this newfound interest, like, is it going to pan out? Right?
Sure.
It's true. Well, that pink line, I will just say there's a lot of releases planned on that pink line, so like it's here to stay for the duration, which is good news. But
we're gonna have to. We're friendly now, but it could get ugly between our warring podcasts here.
Oh my god!
Warring
please, a real East versus West situation.
Wow!
No, I think it's exciting.
You start bumping our stuff.
Oh my god! It's already happened. Yeah. I will say that it's already happened.
What?
But actually, there's another hardcore company that they bought that stuff is now bumping the softcore stuff more. So but it's fine. But there's my thing is though, like, I don't know. I always think of pink film. I think of like 60s and 70s, but that's a complete oversight on my part because I'm not thinking of 80s and 90s. So like the Sato stuff is all except for Muscle, which is like a masterpiece. Everything else is like this. It feels late period, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's a golden age that I'm just not aware of because I think it's because of the Nikatsu of it all, where that is kind of that's been the forefront of pink film on DVD for a long time, and so everything else has been overlooked. So maybe the 80s was a period that I really should be paying attention to as well.
That's right. Isn't the Four Devils is all like those Four Devils are all like 80s filmmakers, right, Dakota?
Yeah, they come up in like mid-late 80s into the 90s too. So like once Roman porno dies, pink film is freed back to the independents. It's also like Saji Amano, my favorite, it's like that's her huge era too, where she's doing like 15 to 20 films a year, right? Wow. So it's like, it's a prolific period for Sato. It's like the most unhinged, the most wonderful, the most mad of pink film, the most insane, whipping up bondage, groper trains on the regular, mixing with adult video stars too. like the best stuff of pink film is like that era.
Yeah.
To me.
Wow.
I know for other people too. Like I know Jasper would have a preference for like 60s and 70s too.
Sure.
I'm a little bit more unhinged as a person. Yes.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Like,
and kind of, I think
right.
Casey is too. Yeah.
Well, I am, just because I feel like that's what has been available.
Yeah.
So I feel like if that era is going to become more available, then it's like, and it's going to be restored, and it's going to be, have the directors involved, where
if
we
he
can get some
remembers what
background.
film it is.
Yeah. I'm like, then I feel like then that's exciting to me, because I feel like the 60s and 70s stuff, not to like poo-poo it, but it's been around. So this new stuff is just like, oh, this is a whole new area that like I have no knowledge of. So that does make it very exciting to me.
Yeah, like Synapse was putting out tons of stuff for a while.
All that
right?
Nikatsu stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
They paved the way.
They did. Impulse Pictures and Synapse. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens with. I hope that Pink Line does do some classy 70s stuff, but that's just me.
I mean, I'm not the ones I got hit up for.
Yeah, right.
Oh, really? Oh, God. Okay, well, we'll see.
Love that.
Well, I forget. Didn't somebody just put out Flower and Snake Restoration?
It's only DVD, right?
Flower and Snake's on Blu-ray, but that was one of the last like Impulse Synapse titles.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. That's right, because they only did a few on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a dream set to do the whole Flower and Snake set together. They could even do like, Toys continuations as well. I mean, Dream Arrow release, right? I don't know.
It's like to put Toei and Nikatsu together. That would be like, again,
I don't think they would agree with that. I mean, Sato is a similar situation.
Maybe not.
It's like, I don't know how they're going to splice his Nikatsu titles with his other archive, because like Nikatsu is not going to want to be associated with Shintoho.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting about that. They're a little more precious about it than American companies are, because you can kind of do that here with different American distributors. I think branding is more important to those companies, especially if they're still around. That's very true.
Let's hope for the best.
Interesting. I know. Fingers crossed. All digits crossed. Yeah.
Well,
but everyone's excited about it. I mean, that's the big thing people were talking about with this latest announcement was the Volume 2. Very excited.
Yeah, going back to Kan Mukai, I was going to ask you guys, what happened after the bite? What's next for him going forward?
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I didn't even talk about him. So, okay. He came from educational films. He goes into pink film, right? This whole burgeoning market. Then by 71, around the same time Roman porno launches, Toei picks him up for pink film, but not even Pinky Violence, more of like their cheaper like racket of pink films that they distribute. And then it leads into Deep Throat in Tokyo.
Like what are some examples of those from Toei?
None of them are available though either. That's the thing. It's like, Toei doesn't, I don't even know if Toei saves the reels for them either. It's such an unclear rights situation where like their bread and butter of pink film, I'll send you stuff for like an after thing. But I mean, I started like a list for it. But yeah, it's like, eventually Toei brings him in. Kan Mukai like kind of saves the original Deep Throat, the American one, for Toei distribution, where he does a weird Frankenstein edit of It, Devil Miss Jones, and original scenes for the whole pink film market. So it's like ultimate lost media, and Toei's proud of this.
I'm dying to see that.
Yeah, that sounds insane.
Wow.
But then it leads into Deep Throat in Tokyo, where he does the more original film. Then it also leads into he's a nonstop producer for pink film under a different pseudonym. He does V Cinema, which is the big home video era that's now only getting talked about through Arrow, right?
Yeah.
And then
he's still directing through all this, though. He's directing and producing, right? Okay.
And then he ends his career between mainstream dramas about aging too before he dies that are non-sexual.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Looking at his filmography, even on IMDb or Letterboxd, so much of this just doesn't even have artwork yet. It's that obscure.
Or I tried adding more. I'm sorry. Well, a lot of them aren't available.
Yeah.
Yeah,
IMDb is about images. They're that way for any sexploitation or adult film title. They don't want images up for those.
No,
so you have to literally Letterboxd is a little better about that.
Post it.
Yeah.
Here's a head and here's a title.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah. The Bite was 66. He got started in 65 was. He had one. I see one listed for 62, but 65 looks like when
film?
that's his educational.
Yeah.
So he really, I mean, he's just still like baby Kan Mukai, right? Very early.
Just like speaks to kind of his talent. I mean, he obviously money well spent. I guess that's his big thing too. It's like he says like, okay, to fail as a film is to not like to lose money, right? And even the other directors like recounting him too, they said like he always had like a megaphone in one hand, and they always imagined he had like an abacus, like the scale from Greek mythology, in the other. Like he was always counting the money too. He's such a money man and producer. Maybe he wasn't the most like auteur driven, but he cultivated talent. He built up like the lighting, the crew, the cinematography. All of it was money well spent. Like it looked good, regardless if it wasn't artistic.
Yeah, well, clearly, like he was successful, right? His career looks like, I mean, to be that prolific and like go all, I mean, he was working till he died, it sounds like.
I mean, you can thank him for Sato.
Yeah, and Sato was his, protege.
Also, you have Jiro Takeda, who won an Oscar.
I know.
For what? What was the
Departures, the foreign film.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, which I never saw.
It's beautiful. It's actually really like, it's not even like nowhere near like a pink. It's just, it's a really beautiful film about aging, and it's sad, and it made me cry.
Yeah, I remember the poster. I just never saw it. That's interesting.
And none of us will watch it after this episode.
No, you see, I watched it. I watched
Palate Cleanser.
Oh, wow.
I do
Palate Cleanser Departures
at home when Dakota's not around.
I guess speaking this director, though, it is surprising. I guess like a tidbit, his wife is a pink film actress, like Takako Uchida. So she's also a lounge singer. He frequently casts her. She appears in Blue Film Woman singing in the nightclub. It's weird that she's not in this film. Like, that's kind of odd. But I don't have a reason for that. That's
maybe this was just too weird.
She was working.
Well, maybe her scene was cut out for the U.S. release.
Oh,
that could be it, too.
Maybe he went to... If she was well, I don't know. Did she sing in other movies?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, then I wonder if maybe there was a scene where she was singing at like a nightclub that the guy went to, and it was like cut out because it wasn't like...
They didn't want to redub
sexy.
that.
Well, that too.
Too much work to redub it.
I think a lot of American films, they wanted like the exoticism of, an Asian film, but they didn't want too many reminders that it was an Asian film.
Right.
So like writing in Japanese or singing in Japanese, and which is crazy. They wanted their cake, and they wanted to have their cake and eat it.
Or I think with like something like Daydream, I think it was successful enough because it was so like, they marketed it as like, oh, come watch this weird Japanese movie, With this, it's dubbed into English, which makes it kind of awkward. It's like, if I want to watch a weird Japanese movie, I want to watch a weird Japanese movie. I don't want it to be dubbed by
John Alderman. I don't want the animal dubbing my movie. Right?
Right.
I don't need that.
The thing that brings up an interesting voice. Like, how would that like an English dub of watching In the Realm of Senses would like change the movie?
Absolutely.
Because it would be like, oh, like hearing like, I don't know who would they get to play the actress or the actor? Like, who the fuck knows, right?
I don't know.
But imagine like
somebody bad.
Like, oh, I'm going to like end you or something. And you're just like, there's no, like, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah, I would like to hear from Bob, like, the reasoning behind, redubbing these, and I don't know. I'm sure he looked at them.
I think it's because he hated his audiences. in a way that I mean, like, he looked down on his audiences. I think he believed the audiences for these movies were stupid.
They're too dumb. Yeah.
They weren't going to read subtitles, and also he was not trying to make he wasn't trying to make art or even really promote art. He may have had films that were artistic, but he wasn't promoting them that way. He was promoting them as trying to appeal to like prurient interests, as local law enforcement would call it. So I think it's different where like when you see Slave Widow, and that print has burned in English subtitles because it's marketed as something that's like an international import. So it's trying to appeal to people that want to see Japanese cinema, not just sex cinema. Right. And I think that Cresse's like, well, this is a sex movie. We're going to market it as a sex movie, and I can't have Japanese in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I'm being naive in thinking that this would have been more successful in its original Japanese dub. But
I'm much more cynical because I know Cresse. I know from everything I've heard about Cresse, there's no way in hell he was going to make this and release this as some kind of like artistic statement or anything. Yeah. Trash heap of a man.
I always seem to come back to her, and she always wants to know everything. What I've been doing, who I've been with, I wonder why I stay with her. The money she gives me? The car? She knows I can't go back and live in that hut. I hate her. She smiles so prettily, but inside she's planning some new corrupt exhibition for herself and her friends. I hate her.
Alex put that note in here where he's like, yeah, he bought these like so cheap, it was a joke. I bought the rights for America, Belgium, and England for $4,000. Then I'd sell the Belgium and England for $4,000, and we'd have America for free. The Bite was a good picture. Unfortunately, the Japanese films didn't go over well here. He told that in an interview with Mike Vraney in Cult Movies #9. So, yeah, clearly he is admitting that something went wrong here, but yeah, who knows?
Well, I was going to say, it's like, because I think Gentry, you mentioned this earlier, it's like, now we're seeing these films, now, like, as even though they're not artistic, right? They're not like intended to be artistic. We're kind of seeing them as artistic now, which kind of changes like the other perspective of these films, like the intention, right? And then there's other films too from the sexploitation, even Pink, that are not artistic, but then we consider them artistic because it's like, you know, the way they did a scene or something like that. So that just brings up that interesting thing to think about with some of these films. Like now the newer audiences are going to see them either maybe as artistic instead of it like just a regular, like, you know, you're going to watch and jerk off to or something, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Or the original intention, seeing these kind of films like in the theater being like, oh, I'm turned on or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, if you think about it.
No, I think that's true. I mean, I think that's true of a lot of the films that we talk about on this podcast, and we talk, you know, about sexploitation. Like we've talked about, like, well, I don't know. We go back to Sarno as an example for everything, but Sarno's like that, where you watch Sarno's films and you're like, how are these sex films? Because they're not sex films. They're melodramas with actors and good photography and stuff. So you wonder, like, how are these presented as like as sex films to like an adults only audience? And you know, and then so I think there are probably examples in the pink film genre where it's like, well, how is this marketed just to sex film audiences when it's like there's more to it than the thing with that in these films.
With Sarno, it's like he might have drew in the audience that just wanted a pure sex film, but I think once they were in there, I think they realized, like, hey, wait, this is actually really erotic. I actually am kind of getting turned on by this, even though it's not like wall to wall like sex scenes. So I think that's the power of Sarno there, is that he was able to convert some of those people, like, oh wait, I actually really like this.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that a little bit about The Bite.
No one's jerking off to The Bite.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a couple like the hot like undressing lingerie scenes.
Cresse maybe, because there's enough scenes of like, you know, voyeurism and like sexual assault and to like be like, oh, this is my cup of tea. I love it. Because Cresse is just Cressy's a whole nother breed of person.
Yeah. The girl, there's one scene in The Bite where she's wearing like the 60s sexploitation panties that you see in like every American film. It's like they just had these things by the box load.
Yeah, that's true.
Universal black lace panties.
Keep it classy.
Well, even like I keep going back to Slave Widow because I love that movie, but even like Slave Widow, like who's jerking off to Slave Widow?
I don't know. I mean, that director is more of like
Boneless is another one. I'm like, who's jerking off to Boneless?
They could try.
Yeah, it's just like a Naked Pursuit. I think you have to be. I don't know. I can't see people jerking off to that either.
You'd be surprised.
But I don't know.
That's a very.
We're looking at this through a modern lens.
No,
I'm also looking through a modern homosexual lens. I forget how disgusting straight people are.
Yes.
No,
sorry, Gentry, but I forget about this. I forget about this.
Yes.
The degeneracy of heterosexual men at these theaters in the 60s.
I would say Naked Pursuit, you see that kind of theme, like what happens in that film a lot in Nikatsu. And there's done in different ways where it's like constant assault.
Yes.
And the way they do it, whatever director does it, it's like you could tell probably somebody like got off to that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but then it's also like the guy's literally crying at multiple points in it too.
So
it's like a tragedy. I mean, maybe that's fantasy. You know?
I know. I think that's why I didn't like it as much. And that's the thing. I have seen later films that are similar to that, where it is just like a lot of sexual assault going on, but I just didn't like the way it was handled in Naked Pursuit. It's just very repetitive, but not in like a visually interesting way for me.
It's the roughie, clearly like the roughie is all about sexual assault, but there is something about the way the Japanese handle sexual assault that feels very different. I know where Casey's coming from. That is something that you just have to, I don't want to say like get used to, but
it does freak out people a lot, though. It does new to the genre, or even at the Sato set too. It's like, I guess, like the lines of consent. It'll be interesting, like overall, like once more films come out, it's like what the opinions are. I knew too, like anyone. It's like I see them reacting online too. Like there's people sometimes ask, like, okay, could I come up with like a list of like ones that don't involve assault? And I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot of dubious consent.
How short is that list going to be? Right?
I'm like, oh, it'll probably be 5. It'll be 5 films.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know.
High five
but then that ties into like the sexual conservatism of a lot of the film scene now, where it is kind of like, okay, these newcomers to the Sato films and pink film in general, where it's like this is a part of the genre, and it is kind of a thing where it's like it seems glib to just be like, well, you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. It's just like, well, I don't know, just there are ways to approach it and kind of not deal with it. See, I can't say deal with it, but it's like once it becomes part of like the fabric of the genre, it is very, like Gentry said, it's like roughies. You just know that it's not going to be the most politically correct or pro-woman situation. And there's other stuff that you have to take away from it, surrounding it, that are more impactful, or like it's like a sum of its parts, I guess.
Yeah, I know Sam Deegan on her podcast, when they talked about the angel guts, I think that they probably explained this a lot better than I could, with regard to how the assault sort of frames the story involving the woman and how her story progresses from there, how it changes them in ways both good and bad, right?
I mean, you'll see stuff that American cinema would, I guess, like never do, right? Too, like questions of like how to react to an assault, like what's the right way to react? It does kind of make you think of like how our cinema, I mean, not sexploitation, but I guess like more like, how does like a drama, how does Hollywood frame assault? How should a person react logically too? Obviously, Japan doesn't react as well.
Right.
I mean, I guess also too, like even the more consensual sex scenes, it's okay to like, I guess maybe you could relate to this too. It's like, it's okay to enjoy watching sex. I feel like when sometimes these things we talk about, people don't want to be like, they're like, oh, it's the plot, everything around it, but you have to get through the sex. Like you can enjoy watching well shot sex.
Yes. I used to fast forward through sex scenes, and then I realized, what am I doing? It's like you're watching a musical and fast forwarding through the songs and the dances. It's like everything around it can be great, but that's a part of it. And so, like, I just can't imagine doing that now. And I still have conversations with people that have been fans for a long time, and they still skip through the sex scenes. And it was like, okay, well, you
how
really
much
don't know
movie are they getting that?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just like, but then they end up still liking the movie, and I'm like, you might like it even more if you watched the whole movie and not just the parts that you feel comfortable with. And ask yourself, why are you not comfortable watching the sex scenes? Like, why is that a problem for you?
Yeah.
So watch The Bite. It's easy to watch. Yes.
It is. Yeah, right.
The poor fool thinks he hates me, but he needs me. He needs all the things I give him. I must make him realize that without me, he is nothing. He can go back to living in that garbage heap. I'll make him seduce that young waitress and bring her to the villa. She looks like a virgin. She might be entertaining for my friends.
Did you, the first time you watched it, did you kind of see where it was going with the twist at the end involving the daughter? I'm just curious, like how telegraphed you felt that was.
There's a lot of betrayal too, like in pink film. I mean, I'm surprised they do emphasize the billing the daughter on like JMDb. She's one of the few people that's credited. I'm surprised it wasn't more like a major star, or she had a little bit more.
Yeah,
role.
She just shows up kind of randomly at the end.
Like, oh, it's my daughter.
Yeah,
right.
And you kind of know what's going to happen to her if she's going to show up this late in the story, right?
Yeah, I didn't like the first time we saw it, I didn't care for that like twist. It just didn't like. Yeah, I agree that they could have somebody punchier to do that. Like if it was going to be a reveal, right, it needs to have some impact. And I just thought it was like me for me.
If this movie was made like 5-10 years later, the mom and the daughter and the gigolo would all be together, right?
And the mom and the daughter might do each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what you're looking for, Chris, right?
Right.
no, I agree. I think it would have, like, 10 years later, they would have like really played with the script, and it would have been more impactful. But
Yeah, I agree. But for the era that it is, yeah, I think it's effective enough. And I don't know. I just think the movie looks great, and the restoration looks pretty good that Cinemapics did.
Right. From the one print. Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
looks good.
There are
That's
more
considered.
like prints of Kan Mukai from the 60s era that do survive, that like someone could hit up, like again, work out a deal. There's one called Flesh Clock of Man and Woman. So again, that could be like
I just looked at that on Letterboxd. Yeah.
like there's more here if someone did really want to pick this up too and get more of like a broader range of the genre.
Yeah. That's not Flesh Futon, is it? Is that the same
No,
one?
but that is available from a VHS rip.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, because that's one I wanted to see. Okay.
It's more of a comedy where like these country guys go to the city, and it also has like a huge number of like pink film cast in it. But it's still black and white.
Yeah, Jasper Sharp mentioned Flesh Futon in his book, and so I was looking at that earlier because he loves the title as well.
Great
I mean, how
title.
can he not? Yeah.
There's a great image of like bodies becoming the futon in quotes too, where they're layered over each other. It should be watched for that too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Yeah, Kan Mukai is just like, there's just, I mean, this is the recurring stories. There's just so many films to rediscover in sexploitation. I don't know. I guess we can just keep banging our drum for the stuff we want to see, and hopefully someone listens.
and I was like, "Who's
That's all we
listening?"
can do.
Deaf Crocodile, where you at? Stay classy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Deaf Crocodile. That would be the next step for Deaf Crocodile. It's like, okay, we've gotten enough Eastern European stuff. God
Yeah, I was
love
gonna
you,
say,
but
enough Russian.
let's go further and go to Japan.
They did
Maybe.
Inflatable Sex All the Wasteland.
Yeah, they did that one.
That's right, they did.
Yeah.
What am I thinking? Yes, that's right, they did.
I'm curious how it sold for them too. It's like, did it do well? Did it not? Did their audience respond to it? I don't know.
Did they put it out in a limited edition? Do you remember?
It's limited, yeah.
Yeah, because usually I go by that. Like if
But
it's
what
not
does
available-
limited mean?
if it's gone from the website, then it's like done.
Does that mean 1,000?
I have 100 copies right here.
Yeah. Right. Dakota ordered a ton just to support the
And
company.
he's just gonna be like, "Here, you get a copy. You get a copy."
That's your Christmas gifts this year. You're just distributing those.
You get a sex doll.
With a
You get a
Christmas
sex
card.
doll.
You get it.
No, we would do if anything, we would have done a sex and furry one. I was like, "You get a sex and furry. You
Oh,
get a sex
God.
and
There
furry."
you go. Oh,
God,
but
I
those
love that.
But those import fees, you're gonna be spending a lot this Christmas.
Oh, God,
Terracotta is now importing it as a retailer.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
yes, I keep seeing ads for that on Instagram. Sponsored posts.
What's their shipping threshold?
Oh, look it
We
up.
can check.
Okay, drop a link.
We'll get back to you on that one.
All right. Well, that's great. Yeah, I might have to pick that
Oh,
up.
the
then.
limited edition is 1,500 units for this, and they say they're in low stock right now.
Oh,
good.
inflatable
So
sex
they're
doll.
probably almost
talking about
sold out of
inflatables.
inflatable sex
It's a
doll.
value
Yeah,
spell.
so it's almost gone. And then there's a standard one.
Yeah, this is like a jumbo box, the limited
It is.
edition, isn't it?
It is. Chris D is involved. God, I haven't thought about that guy in a long time. He was another one who was very involved with like releases of Japanese cinema.
Well, and you know who else is
Programming, I think.
involved?
He did that book too. Yeah.
Our boss. Our boss is on there, Ryan Varel.
Oh, I didn't
got a
even
video essay on
notice. Sorry, Ryan. Cut that out.
Koichi! 何すんのやめてちょうだいKoichi! やめてやめてやめてやめてやめてやめてやめてミキちゃんミキちゃんやめて
Go
I
ahead.
did. Yeah, I didn't know if you were ready to wrap up, but
15-minute
I
wrap
did wanna
up.
know. Yeah, exactly.
kidding.
I've noticed that we do that regularly. Where Gentry's like, so last words, and then we'll keep going for another like 15 minutes. And this might lead to that because I wondered if y'all could give us like 5 pink films that are a good like starter list for people, like off its like off the top of your head, putting you on the spot, or maybe 2 if 5 is too much.
No, 5 is fine.
Who's counting?
Okay.
Oh god.
No,
I know. I'm just like, you've seen how many, but I didn't know if there were 5 that you're like, okay.
By
this
which
could be
definition are we going rigid? Like no, only
Jasper's gonna
independent.
call us up and like
Yeah,
he's gonna like
Jasper's gonna hear this and be like, guys,
no
come on
pinky
now.
violence, no Nakatsu
Love
Roman
pinky violence.
pornos.
wow.
okay, because like
Well, Casey already shouted out Muscle, which
Yeah,
is like
Muscle's
it
the
is
number one.
the
Muscle's
perfect
great.
entry. It's a great example of gay pink as well. It's moody, serious. I mean, also if someone's put off by I guess like assault towards women, watch Muscle.
yeah.
Assault towards men.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I would say if you really want to start into, I would, because it's kind of it's out there. It got released. It looks great. I will say that Apartment Wife, the Affair in the Afternoon. That's a great first starter pink film.
It is.
It's classy era. It's that golden era of Nakatsu. It's done well. It's very kind of melodramatic.
Even 88 film fans have liked that movie.
Exactly.
Which should say something.
Really? That's saying a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we actually liked it too. I thought like first time we saw it was like great, but on the restoration, it just was like it just kicked it to another gear. The music, it's very jazzy. It's just the colors. I would start with that one. That's like a good one. What's another one? Because there's some other titles I would say, but then you kind of have to get into them, get to more pink to get there.
I guess just do like a horror one, like an easier one. Oh, I guess a shout out to it's like I would say Entrails of a Virgin is great for a horror fan, but like the one title, it's like I've kind of scared all the Blu-ray people with is, I mean, can I say the R word on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's just called Hard Rape.
Yes.
So it's like it's a Nakatsu's. I guess it's probably like their closest. Like it's a slasher, right? It's like I don't know. It's definitely freaked out multiple people when I mentioned the title alone. But if it was available and easy to watch, I'd be like, watch that one just because like you're getting like a slasher that has assault.
Yeah,
that's it.
Interesting.
Is that the one that has like the Jason character? Like the
yes. Also, I guess something to shout out to. There is like a Roman porno. There's a Dorian Gray riff called "White Skin Glimmering in the Darkness." It's very moody, very gothic. It'd be like a dream, future Mondo Macabre title.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Also, sorry. Go ahead.
What do you got? That's number 5. Yep. Go.
Oh, for me, I think it's unhinged, but I think anybody could watch it, and a lot of people watched it and said they actually liked it. If you like Jollos,
which we do,
and Dakota,
I was
knows
like, okay,
which
pause.
one.
Okay,
yeah, he knows which one.
What?
Zoom in, sex apartments.
Yeah, is that the first of the Zoom in series? Because there's a whole bunch, isn't there?
No, yeah,
there's several.
Or am
I thinking Zoom Up?
Murder Site is
no. Zoom in Sex Apartments is the first. Zoom in Sex Apartments is the first. Yes. Also, again, if Vinegar Syndrome would like hit up, if they hit up Nakatsu, right? But if they wanted to do like a Jalo inspired Nakatsu set, they could. And then there's also other ones that haven't been put out before too, starring the same actress of Zoom Up Sex Apartments and Sex Hunter. So there are accessible titles that people could watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, and some of those were put out by Synapse or Impulse, right? And DVDs, so.
And tastefully retitled by Synapse.
Yeah. So they have like a built-in audience, I feel like, that would be like, hey, I remember this when this was put out in, what was that, 2010?
A while ago,
Or even further.
The odds, I believe,
I don't know.
Yeah, because the same actress from Sex Apartments, she starred in like a later other one too that was kind of Jalo-esque, where she has the fur coat.
Hell's Revenge.
Hell's Revenge is another great one too, because that's a very Jalo. But I think Sex Apartment is like goes even further. It goes more into what's Jalo in Venice. That's where I would say the parallels. Those two are parallels.
Tasteful stuff.
Tasteful. But
tasteful? Okay.
Yes.
Well, actually, that reminds me. Dakota has a great list on Letterboxd called Queering Jalo.
Yes.
Which everyone should like that list and use it as a watch list because everything on that list is great. And I've actually revisited Jolly on that list, and now I like them because I read your reviews and was like, oh, if I watch it through Dakota's eyes, I actually really like this.
Oh my God. Very sympathetic.
Very inspirational. Very inspirational. Yes.
It is a very queer genre. I mean,
really, when you get down to it. And I'm gonna throw a bonus film for you because I think this is later Nakatsu. It's another personal fave, and it has nothing to do with assault. So it's very tasteful. It's very cute.
Wow.
It's called A Tale of Happiness.
Oh.
It's about a aging couple, like a couple who like decides that they're cheating on each other. Then they realize that because they cheated on each other, they grow closer together. And it's
Dakota's grinning ear to ear.
That sounds
here.
like American sex.
It's very cute.
I've seen movies like that.
Is this like the straight story for Pink Film?
No.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I just had to throw
Oh, wow, okay.
because it's like you could see where like later Nakatsu is like much later, like 80, I think it's 87,
88.
88.
It's one of the last.
It's one of the last like Roman porno, and I think it's just something to like, because nobody talks about that one. They want to see, like, they always hear us talk about the
Well,
extreme.
the 80s is a weird period in general. Like, people kind of avoid it for Blu-ray of Nakatsu. That's why it's a big deal with, like, Connie's recent one, too. Like, the fact that, oh my god, we're finally getting something that's not angel guts. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, love that.
Interesting.
Yeah, and also,
Well,
Casey, you could always hit us up. We could give you more stuff. You want to go unhinged, or you want to go some nice stuff too?
I know. Well, you sent me Man and Woman, which I still haven't watched yet. I've only skipped through it, and I'm like, and you told me it was like a low quality rip or whatever, and I was like, this looks great, and it's
I know. I had
perfect.
to say that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I got to watch this. I have to watch the German dubbed one too, but I also wanted to ask if people haven't checked out Two in the Pinku yet. Is there an episode or two that you think are like good entry points for people who are discovering you guys?
I know what I would say, but I'll let you.
Well, yeah,
Go ahead.
Okay. As a listener, Gentry, what do you say?
Well, the Naomi Tani episode, I think. Is what I would say.
Yeah.
We like gush over her, and that's like it was like 2.5 hours. We were just like Tani.
Also, we chose like an unhinged title that you couldn't release, because of the dog.
Oh, yes.
What?
Because of the what?
Because we talked about rope cosmetology, which there is a
dog scene.
There's a bestiality.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting. Is there? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Tani was a very committed actress.
She's not. Meryl Streep would never.
Oh, my lord. No, she wouldn't.
She's just like, I think Western audiences can understand. She's like the queen, the queen of pink film.
Yeah.
We have our queens over here. You guys always compare it to Joan Crawford. Obviously,
I would say
a few differences there, but
Right. Or is it like a Marsha Jordan or a Renee Bond sort of in American sexploitation?
Yeah,
We don't really have an S&M. We don't have like a BDSM adjacent person like Naomi Tani in American sexploitation. We only have like a star system of regular people who showed up in these movies, but I feel like Naomi Tani is known for the BDSM things. And her interview in that book is actually terrific, and that's a very terrific interview that she gave in the Wasser book.
I want to say like Georgina Spelvin maybe is
in hardcore, maybe.
In hardcore, yeah. Because she was like so prevalent for such a long time, and she kind of did she did some rough stuff.
Actually, maybe, you know what? Maybe Marilyn Chambers. Because Marilyn Chambers eventually was in the S&M Beyond Assad and Never a Tender Moment, where she gets like anally fisted and stuff. And so she eventually really went nuts, but with her boundary pushing. But yeah, that's interesting. Naomi Tani is very unique in that way.
Mm-hmm. But what would you guys say? Yeah, sorry.
I guess our gay one too. We've talked a lot about gay pink film. I mean, if someone wants to see this, I guess like listen to something I guess you're not watching to, or maybe don't have access to, right? I don't know if I would start with some of the weirder ones where we're getting from like VHS, but again, they're probably films that would sound crazy and exciting. Like, who doesn't want to learn about enemas and vegetables,
or raining waterfalls on one of them? But I'll say this:
all those things together.
Yeah, that was the episode, or the Mary O episode, or the episode where we talked about waterfalls. I would say the first episode is just like, because we're
the apartment wife.
No, the apartment wife episode. That's our first episode.
We sat in front of a computer and pressed play and didn't have a mic.
We just started listening all the titles of apartment wife.
Yeah, see, I like I like the apartment wife series, but I think for a first time listener, it'd be like, well, this is just too much.
Yeah. That's why I was like, don't go with that one. Go with like stuff that's like, okay, like, yeah, the Tawny episode is great.
It might be overwhelming. Yeah.
Talk about our gay teacher episode.
Oh, the
'cause we're
gay teachers. Yeah, that one's a fun one.
Gay teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we're just
Who doesn't want to learn about lesbian schoolgirls and I guess political terrorists?
Oh my god!
or like
See, that's the thing.
summer school.
Because full disclosure, I think I've told you guys I have downloaded them all, but I haven't listened to any of them yet because I want to watch the movies first.
Oh.
So basically,
So you have to watch the whole Apartment Wife series first.
I know. See, that's the thing. If anyone's listening to this and they're like me and they haven't watched these movies yet, should that deter them from listening? Should I just dive right in?
No, nothing actually spoils we do spoil like plots, but honestly, it doesn't ruin your experience of a film whatsoever.
Yeah, because like as Gentry could attest to this. Like sometimes when we talk about films, then we go off in crazy tangents, and then I bring up wrestling most of the time.
All the time.
And then other times we talk about like I also mention other films that like remind me of this, and then we just kind of wrap it up and talk about like, you know, we just have fun with it. We always do the awards at the end. We like the best actress, the best anime.
Oh my god!
Best actor supporting.
No, I appreciate the thoroughness, but I just I would warn a listener that like it's a lot to take in if you haven't like at least sampled some of these films.
I would say another one to listen to is the Sato ones, because we've done Sato.
Also, Sato's easy to watch too. Like that's not a hard thing to find to see,
because we did the gay Sato, and then we did I think we did Nakatsu Sato.
We also covered his lesbian one, which is great.
Yes, which lesbian?
Silencer Made of Glass.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like one of my favorite Satos from Nakatsu is the Roman X one, which is kind of it's really like raunchy.
Woman in a Box. Did you guys do a whole episode on that? I can't remember.
Yeah,
we did Taboo Perversion X.
It's the whole true crime side of, I guess, like Roman X too. So like Woman in a Box is based on the Colleen Stan kidnapping, and it's double partner film. It's based on a cannibal story from Japan.
Yeah.
As one does, right? Make it sexy.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and there's a Lifetime movie about it too. Didn't you guys mention that?
Not good. Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good.
I could list them all. I know. I really like the Sade Abe one too. Again, that's like very mainstream. Like everybody knows in the realm of the senses. They know this. I mean, most people know the story of Sade Abe. So,
which also Sade Abe is licensed now by Film Movement.
Yeah, I've seen
on their website. That's not a secret.
That is interesting. I forgot about that. Huh.
If they do anything with it, I don't know.
I know. See, that's the thing. Well, we've been down that road. Lots of people not doing things with things they have. Yeah.
You've started prodding them, haven't you, Dakota? Film Movement? All right.
Give us the one Tawny from you. Yeah. Sorry.
The one.
Well, you guys haven't released your episode yet talking about your screening. Am I wrong?
We did, but also...
we're just going to do this.
Yes,
there's some...
yes.
It's released, but we
unlisted it.
We unlisted it because there were some issues. I would say mostly me, because I have a big mouth.
We didn't say anything negative. We didn't say anything negative. Oh my god!
But I think some people were listening who were part of the screening felt a certain way, and and what I said was like, okay, I'll say it this way. What I was saying was not mostly all about like just the genre, like the fandom, and also talking about art world. So I kind of blended them together, and they took it kind of wrong.
We also talk about why LA theaters don't show films like this too. So I don't know also what they reacted to either. But yeah, it was very vague.
So we're thinking maybe in December we're gonna list it.
We'll just relist it again. So
oh yeah, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, I'm like I did listen to it, but I'm looking at your feed and it's not on there. No. So I'm like,
we did it. And it's funny. A lot of our Letterbox friends, like especially shout out to John Peters on Letterbox. He said, I was like, he's like, you didn't say anything bad.
Yeah, I don't remember anything.
Yeah. But again, we were playing it safe.
You just called out that one Letterboxd reviewer for
which one?
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of conversations.
Yeah.
No. I mean, there's many episodes where I always talk shit about some kind of sorry for cussing, but I always talk shit about like one.
We really care about language, Chris. Sorry.
No, there's always one Letterboxd reviewer, somebody like in my feed somehow like always throws something, and I always have to mention it. And I was like, should I say the name? And then they're like, no, don't say the name of the person.
It's not that hard to find. Just hit recent tab on Letterboxd. You can probably find it.
I feel like that's probably a drinking game for our podcast too, though, Jay. If anytime I have a soapbox moment to complain about somebody, take a drink.
No,
and I think there's at least 4 in every episode, probably about somebody or some company.
Yeah, but
give me a microphone. I can't control myself.
We're honest podcast. We're not going to sugarcoat it. That's what they come here
pretty
for,
much.
right?
We're not
sensitive. That's why it was so funny, Chris. You're like, name the podcast. I was like,
I can figure it out.
No,
I'm like, well,
because like
I don't like to name them because it hurts my mouth.
You can tell me in private. No, because also I was kind of saying about like another podcast too on the recent episode. But I was like, I'm not going to mention the name of the podcast, but I was like, oh, there was some kind of little thing here and there. But I was just like, yeah. So
when Gentry presses stop, I'll tell you who it is.
Well, Dakota, you're good at these things. Can you give us like a final closing comment on The Bite and Kan Mukai?
Because I'm the only one who liked it.
I'll say this. Okay, who is the best actress? Who is the best actress? Well, we know the best actor, obviously, but best actress.
The Madam.
There you go.
Yeah.
Barely. Yes.
Not the lead actor. I didn't think he was very good.
He was there.
He was there, yeah. But again, it's hard to tell because of the dubbing, so.
Some random girl at the bar. That's the best actress. Whoever was in the background. That's it.
The direction is good. The cinematography is good. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Bob Cresse
is jerking it somewhere.
Thank you for listening. To hear more shows from the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, please select the link in the description.
Are you a film fan who loves the ultimate home video experience? Look no further than The Disconnected. Your host, Ryan Verrill, is your go-to source for the latest and most accurate information on home video releases, exclusive interviews with industry insiders and filmmakers, and has established a thriving community where every film and physical media enthusiast feels welcome. From hidden gems to blockbuster hits, The Disconnected brings you insider knowledge and a welcoming space to share your love of cinema. Watch every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific for the live announcements show and follow The Disconnected on social media to stay updated. Subscribe to The Disconnected on YouTube or on the podcast provider of your choice and dive into a world where every movie night is an adventure.